Hello to Ophelia LT Bago, Bat the Briton, and Elfie55, as well as all my other viewers. Welcome to another Scrabble Saturday with Emma. That's me. As always, we will be playing Scrabble over on woogles.io, which is a website where you can play Scrabble. I will go ahead and put a link into chat for anybody who would like to go there. If you haven't played before, all you need to do is create an account, let me know your username, and I would send you a challenge. Thank you to everybody who redeemed their daily flower. Tibago, yes, a trumpet for your garden. So Bugle does have trumpet-shaped flowers. I'm not sure if that's where it gets its name or not, but it's certainly an appropriate name. Yes, not necessarily fancy words, but certainly obscure words. And oh yes, Ophelia, you almost forgot your flower of the day. Enjoy your cowslip. Oh, hang on, I missed a blowhigh redeem. I heard all the redeems going, and I just thought, oh, that's everybody getting their flowers of the day, but that's not actually true. There is one exception to that. Let's start off as we mean to go on with the flowers. Hello, Heron the Birds. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us and for redeeming your flower of the day. And Ruby. Hello, Ruby. Enchanter's Nightshade. It's a flower that sounds like it must be used in witches' potions and so forth. I love the name of it. The actual flower itself is fairly boring, but I included it in my list just because I love the name so much. Yes, that's a big garden you're building up. Fairy flax is another one that I particularly like the name of. It actually has tiny little white flowers, and you can just find it growing by the side of the road. It's really common. But there are such lovely names. Ophelia asks, will the penguin get a name today? That reminds me. I completely forgot to do this, but yes, it was my intention to name the penguin today. But it was my intention to do it via creating a channel point redeem and letting a viewer name it. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I completely forgot to actually do that, so let's do that now. Reward name. Name the penguin. Description. Enter the desired penguin name. Require viewer to enter text. Yes. Cost. Let's say 5,000 channel points. I know everybody's got more points than they know what to do with. Image. I don't think I have a convenient image of a penguin lying around. Let's just not bother with an image for now. Colour. This is not going to fit in with any of my existing rewards, but I don't care. Let's make it orange. Limit of 1 redemption per stream. Okay. That should be live now. People might have to refresh in order to use it, but you can, if you would like to name the penguin, you can do so. Liari or Izzy are both suggestions. So those are both good suggestions. The only reason I'm reluctant to use one of those is it would be a bit unfortunate for the other one of the two out of Liari and Izzy if we named it the other person's name. Well, not necessarily a new name every stream. If I like the name you come up with enough, I might take the redeem away and keep that name. Anyway, let me go and get the shark before I forget to do that. Back in just a moment. I forgot where I put this shark. Free outfit check. Do you guys redeem Blowhigh because you want Blowhigh, or do you redeem it because you want to see my outfit? Because there is an outfit check redeem. But thank you for the compliments. Where did I put the shark? Oh, I'm an idiot. It's down here. Here it is. Streamer brain kicked in already, and I haven't even started the show outfit. It's so small. Yeah, there's something this size, easy to lose, you know, with how small it is. Right, I probably missed some messages there. Blah, 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 blah. Will the penguin get a name? Blah, blah, blah. Liario, Izzy. Penguin could have 50 names. Yeah, I'll see what we come up with. Should be Boiler Dan Crimpy Snitch in honour of Benedict Cumberbatch's inability to say penguin. It's a nice idea, LT Bagger. You didn't redeem the redeem though, so I am afraid I can't accept it. Maybe you do need those glasses after all. Yeah, I don't have a redeem for put on or take off glasses, but I'm supposed to use them while I'm looking at a screen, so let's use them while we look at the screen. There. Happy now? I've been experimenting with different appearances, that's all. Right, all that I owe you now, before we finally get started with some Scrabble, is show outfit. Excuse me, Blowhigh. Put you there. Skirt goes spinny. Just thought it might be easier. No, it was under my desk and I forgot it was there. If I'd actually looked there, I would have found it. Yes, this top is really, really comfy and cozy, which is lovely. Heron the Bird says, I think grey tights would look super cute with this outfit. Thank you for the suggestion, Heron the Birds. I actually had some grey tights, but they got a hole in them. I need to get some more. I will get some more. Thank you for the suggestion. Tibergo says, I think Emma needs to redeem I am cute today. Am I really, though? Be honest here. Am I actually cute? Because I think you're all just being polite because I went to all the trouble to stream. I don't think you actually think that. Can we get to redeem Emma as cute? Well, that was the point of that redeem, was to trick you. You would press it thinking it would make the streamer be cute, but it actually meant the redeemer was cute. Fine. I mean, I do have infinite channel points, so I suppose I can... Emma is cute. Are you happy now? Anyway, why don't we do some Scrabble? That sounds like a good idea. Especially, the stream is labelled Scrabble Saturday, and I can't do what you do, Ophelia. I can't just sit on the title screen for an hour because Scrabble doesn't have a title screen. It's just a website and you just play. Let me actually get the overlay and everything set up here. That is Woogles. That's the right overlay. And, okay, the queue is working. That's a good sign. Heron to Birds has already volunteered for a game. Thank you, Heron to Birds. I will match user. Did you want 10-minute game? I know you've been trying to play. You've been trying to practice your Blitz games. We can also keep looking at cute Emma, says Ophelia. Whatever you like. I'm probably more comfortable with a 15-minute game if I'm going to be streaming, so I'll go with 15-minute. Void challenge, CSW, not rated. There we go. It's not fair, Ophelia, because we don't know what you look like because you don't have a camera on your stream. For all we know, Ophelia could be just as cute, if not cuter, but we may never know. That was a bit loud, wasn't it? That from Woogles. So let's just fix the sound level. There we go. That should be a bit more reasonable. You are super cute. I'm glad to hear that, Ophelia. No, like legitimately, I'm happy that you are, because being cute is a good thing and something that everybody should aspire to be. But we'll have to take your word for it because we never get to see you. But that's okay. I understand if people are not comfortable sharing their appearance to the world. That's absolutely fine. The internet can be a bit weird sometimes. Hello, Adam555. This stream looks like it's full of cute people. Well, it is now you've arrived, Adam. I don't actually know what Adam looks like. Let's get on with the Scrabble, shall we? What do I have here? Is Veely a word? Veely is a word. Okay, we'll go with that. Might have been better to get rid of the U. But I don't either, but can confirm Thread is super cute. Yeah, for reasons I don't entirely understand, Herenta Birds likes to put an R into Adam's name and call him Thread. There's no R there. It's the Adam, not Threadum. Threadum555. By the way, Adam, I don't know if you've redeemed one before, but I have a flower of the day on my channel now. It's only 10 points, so I'm sure everybody can afford it. We got it only took us 16 minutes to get the gameplay started. That's not bad considering that Ophelia is here. Just because whenever you play Heidi, you're always hanging by a thread. I'm sure it's that she looked at your name in chat and said, "Hello, Threadum555," the first time you came in. I think that's why it is. But no, I'm confident in your ability, certainly against me, but no doubt against Heidi as well. Ophelia is... Oh, well, you used your snail on my start screen, and then it turns into a fast snail. Okay, water. What do we want to do about that? I can put an H here. This is not bad. That's 31. I can stick a... Yeah, pet is a word. So I can stick a P on that for 34. That seems like a reasonable play. It does leave me with a U still, but we'll worry about that next turn. Adam, as always, if you would like a game of Scrabble, I would be happy to play against you as soon as I have finished this game with Heidi. And if you'd like to name the penguin that's on the shelf behind me, I've just added a Name the Penguin channel point redeem. If you happen to have 5,000 points lying around. I'm trying to clear out everyone's points because some people have far too many. Can't play today, sadly. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Adam, but I'm glad you are able to hang out regardless. It is much appreciated for anyone to show up, whether they play or not. Okay. I have an ing, so I can do things like this. But it might be best to save that and do something about the U. Because I can make something as well. Simulate uni something. Maybe I should just do something like this to get rid of my U. Okay. Herring Birds has just messaged me in Woogle's chat, pointing out that instead of playing Deb up here, she could have played the same 3 letters here and made Waterbed, which would have been quite an impressive play. I saw watering. I'm just going to play this. At least, I've got no U, I was going to say. I have got 3 eyes, though. So, what is a penguin's favourite type of pasta? Asks Adam, and also provides the answer to that question. Penguini. I've never had penguini. Little pieces of pasta in penguin shapes. I'm sure you can buy that somewhere. Vaunting is good. Okay, I did not know. Oh, no, it's vaunting. Okay. So vaunting is no good because you do using the N twice. I did not know vaunting was good. And that would leave a G here, so it wouldn't open up that much. I did draw another N, so I do still have the ing. I don't think I can make anything with it, though, with these vowels. This might also be good, but there's no double available now, so that only scores 14. I mean, I have... Probably just want to do something that requires 2 eyes. Hello, the RE77. Welcome to the stream, my joint favourite penguin. Always good to have you here. On the subject of penguins, you may have noticed behind me on my streamer shelf, there is a penguin. There is also, by request of my viewers, we have to come up with a name for the penguin, so I've made a channel point redemption to name it. We did already have a suggestion of naming it the Ari, but I have another penguin viewer, Izzy the Penguin, and we decided it might not be too fair on her if we named it the Ari. But yeah, I've decided to throw it open to viewers to decide what they'd like to call it. Okay, is there a word I can make here? What am I thinking of? Okay, maybe I'm thinking of nothing. I'm just going to do that. Hello, Vasu. Welcome to the stream. And you are trying to find a text file with all the valid Scrabble words, but couldn't find an up-to-date list. Do you know where to find that? Well, one place you can find it is in the Emma Words Git repository. It's obviously not the official place for it, but it is in there. So let me just go ahead and link that to you since I know where it is. You can download it. I think you can download it from Nasper. You can probably get it from other places as well. But yeah. Here we go. If you follow this link, that will just give you a plain text file with NWL20 in. There is going to be a new version of NWL very soon, which will have new words, obviously. I don't think it's actually been released officially yet. At least I couldn't find an official release of it. When it is released, I will update that in my GitHub as well. That's NWL20, which I think is still the official current one. And in the same folder path, you'll also find CSW and CEL, which are the two other English lexicons in Woogles. You've written a Python script to get all the 2 and 3 letter words, but then you learned the file you're using was from 10 years ago and outdated. Yeah, well, I think 10 years ago you would already have chi. It's not that bad. Trying to play Scrabble without chi is painful, as a few members of the community have speedrun the PlayStation 1 version of Scrabble, which came out in the mid-90s before chi was added, and can attest to that. But yes, you will be missing a few 3-letter words, certainly, if you have a 10-year-old version. Heidi is having a think here. My next play probably just needs to be to play off the queue. I can go here for 25. Or here for 25. I think that's currently my best option. Oh, it's missing okay. Yes, that is a pretty useful 2-letter word to have. On top of unlading. Yeah, I didn't point that one out because it scores less than the others, but yes, that is also a way to play the queue. Well, I mean, there are other ways to play the queue. I could do this. That's only 12 points. But we'll see. We'll see whether Herring to Birds accidentally opens up a queue spot for me. You never know. Not if she's listening to the stream now, because she's just heard me talking about having the queue. But maybe she's muted it. You never know. The RE77, thank you very much for redeeming Name the Penguin and suggesting the name of Pebbles. I like that name. Adam says, wait until IQ is made a valid 2-letter word. I don't think that will happen unless it acquires a new meaning, because IQ, as in intelligence quotient, is an acronym. The I stands for intelligent, the Q stands for quotient. So it's not something that would get put into the Scrabble dictionary. Okay. That's why Heidi was taking so long on that move. She was deciding whether it was worth playing the embarrassment of having to play breasts. No. Nice find, Heidi, for 79 points, and doesn't give me anything else to do with the queue. So unless I desperately wanted to block this spot, which I don't think I do, that B isn't the most convenient of placements. Oh, okay. She is explaining her reasoning for taking a long time. Too many options, but none super appealing. I mean, a 79-point play is pretty good, and this B doesn't give back too much. It's fairly restricted on what I can play there. And in any case, I'm just going to drop my Q there for now. Since we have... Adam says, I disagree with Heidi, breasts are always super appealing. Just in case Heidi is not in chat, I'll repeat your message, Adam, in the Woogles chat. But yeah, now that we've named the penguin, oof. Now that we've named the penguin, let's... Everybody, I'd like you to meet Pebbles. Thank you very much, Leary. Can I put him on the desk where... Yeah, there we go. If I leave him on the desk there, then we can see him a bit clearer. The Ari says, A, they just get in the way. Yes, I think the male and female response to that sentiment, Adam, is going to be quite different. Anyway, what does that mean in terms of what I'm going to play next? Yeah, it still doesn't give me anything super exciting to play up there. Is this a word? It's not a word. Oh, that's a word. Okay. We've played Dobe. Yes, Adam, just to comment briefly on what you and the Ari have been saying. As a trans person, I was personally quite pleased to get some shape to my chest. But mine are only very small, so they don't get in the way. I certainly wouldn't want big ones, so I do understand the Ari's sentiment there as well. Thank you, LT Bago, for dealing with whatever that was, some sort of follower spot scam, I guess. And hello also to Matcha Catcher. Welcome to Scrabble Saturday. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for redeeming your flowers today. I'd also like you to meet Pebbles the Penguin, as named by our own resident penguin, the Ari. Dingle coming down from Heidi. Matcha Catcher deciding that we should no longer be allowed to anagram words. Fair enough, I wasn't planning to anyway. Right, what can I do here? I can play Hottie. If I can find a place for it. Does it give back if I play it up here? Yeah, that puts an I in the triple lane. If Heidi has an X, then that's possibly the worst play of all time. So I might not. I might not do that. Vasu, thank you requesting the game. I will play you as soon as I'm done with Heidi. I just can't quite fit it there. Does it? Can I play anything better if I involve an L? Probably, but I don't see it. Adam is pretending to be a... let's just hope that Heidi doesn't know an X. Okay, there we go. Adam is pretending to be a spammer. Sorry for bothering you. I'd like to offer you promotion for your penguin and flowers. I'm intrigued to hear, Adam, what your promotion idea is. Because if it's something other than buying followers, I might actually be interested. Abby, hello! I'm so glad you finally made the stream. I know my timing of the streams is not always the most convenient for you, and I know it's... for Americans in general, it's not always the most convenient, but I do want to try to get to bed at a reasonable hour, at least some of the time. So I'm glad you're here today, and thank you for requesting a game. I do need to play Vasu first, but I will be with you after that. So probably in about half an hour's time, if that's okay. Liari, thank you so much for redeeming your first flower. You have a yarrow. I've always liked the leaves of yarrow. Maybe I'll show what they look like later. They're kind of weird. They look almost like ferns, but they're not ferns. Adam said it can't be buying followers. Let me go back to the drawing board and get back to you. That was your idea then, was it, Adam? Yeah, you might have to come up with something a little more original than that. I am sorry. Okay, Heidi did have something there, although it wasn't the X icon. 46. Like I'm fairly close to some bingos here. I don't think I actually have one. This is about as close as I can get. Yeah, like if I had an R instead of an A, I'd have perilous and things like that. So I'm sort of close to bingos. I don't know if I actually have one here though. Without something to play through that isn't an L or an E, because I've already got those. Pretty much I'm going to start it with a P or a G in order to get anywhere. Let's do... no, that also is big trouble if my opponent has the X. I mean, they didn't last turn, but they might have picked it up. But my thought was play off 3 vowels, and then maybe draw something. Accordions with a D and an N on the board. What do I actually have? Bingo adjacent. Yes, that's a good way of putting it, T-Bago. I need to do some more word learning at some point. Depending on how many people want to play tonight and how busy the stream is, I might switch over to something a little different towards the end. Either word learning or actually just programming, because I keep saying there's things I want to change in my software, and then I never have time to do it. So I figure that my stream is an opportunity to do it, since the people watching are the people who want me to change the software in the first place. Then I might as well take that opportunity. Vasri says, I like how Abby is listed as playing the Sure Why Not variant. Yeah, so whatever you type in chat after the word join gets counted as the variant that you're playing, or just not necessarily the variant, just the rules. Like the example I give in my overlays, like if you type join NWL void 15 minutes. Yeah, you get 50 points for playing any of the words sure, why, or not. And, oh wow, Ionize with a Z and Geiler for 75 points. Very nice play. Hopefully it takes an S, and I can at least get some points back from this. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, that does still put me further behind, because 56 is smaller than 75. And another very nice play from Heron to Birds. Good use of the Z and the blank. And hooking my play of Guile to make Guiler. Okay, Pooja opening up the triple lane. Parrot AI. Soon to take over the world. I can't see anything better than Parrot here, which is only 27. It's not the best play in the world. I would almost get more for something. Yeah, I get more for something here. If I had something. I mean, if I had an E, I would have something here. Do I actually have something here anyway? Let me just go through the possibilities, because this could take an O as well. Yeah, I'd also have irate with an E. I'm just going through the possibilities because it is 44 points if there's something there, but I don't think there is. Okay, in which case, what do I do instead? Like Parrot, I guess. It takes away that scoring spot from my opponent if they had something available there. Okay, but they no, they don't need that spot. They have Foxy for 72. Never mind. Yeah, if I had power tiles, I would obviously have looked down there. Now I have 6 bells, and I don't have Evoves. If I had Evoves, that would be nice at least. But, hello, Ancient Cosmographer. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by for Scrabble Saturday. I'm going to play a protest meme play. Does that give me... Oh, I've only got 30 seconds left. Let me just play this out now. I don't think I have anything left. Nah. Just play something. Yeah, I know I'm behind with chat. I'll catch up as soon as I finish this. Is there a word here? Almost saliva, but not. Okay, yeah, 468-285. In the end, Heidi winning by a lot, mostly due to the 2 bingos and Foxy, but some other very good plays as well. Good game at How Into Birds. My next game is with Vasu. Sorry, Vasu, could you just remind me of your Woogles username, or send me a challenge yourself if you'd prefer, while I just catch up with chat. Oh, hello, Quinn Has Wings. Welcome. Thank you very much for coming to Scrabble Saturday. It will be probably an hour or so before I get round to your game, if that's okay. Oh, this is you, isn't it? There we go. So, apologise for that. Okay, Sirenize is the front hook to which Adam is alluding. Okay, I did not know that one. I will definitely try and remember that one in future. It's not super high prob, but it would definitely have helped there. Let's just play moral. Ancient Cosmographer says, I wonder if anybody sees the play contained illegal words message and gets worried that they'll be arrested. If this was illegal, I'd be serving a life sentence, says Adam. Yeah, I think we all would at this point. Especially those of us who play Void Challenge, where it's kind of accepted practice that you try implausible words just in case they're real. Yes, apologies, Adam, for not using the Ionizes front hook. I did not know it. Probably shouldn't mention it while it's still playable. I wasn't reading chat because I only had 20 seconds left. But yeah, it's generally better not to. It's not fair on my opponents if I'm getting help and they're not. That's the only reason. Herent Birds, yes, thank you also for the game, and completely understand it's definitely dinner time where you are, so enjoy your meal and thanks for dropping by. There you are, Ruby. Yes, I saw you redeem your flower and then you went quiet, and I thought maybe she's just gone for a nap. And you've napped so hard. Hopefully you are at least a little rested. Thank you, Ruby, for joining us on this Scrabble Saturday. And I don't have any vowels. And I can't even play like try or something in a good place. This kind of sucks. I probably, if I don't exchange, I need to play something through this O, I think. That's a word. It's only 7 though. Or I just exchange. And I can do that. I don't know what's best here. I'm going to play this, but I don't think it's good. Matchcatcher, thank you for joining the queue. It is going to be probably over an hour, maybe an hour and a quarter, hour and 20 minutes before we get to you. But I appreciate your participation. Adam says, when I nap so hard I wake up still tired. Yeah, I do that as well. I don't nap as much as Ruby does because naps don't tend to refresh me really, but if it works for you, I'm not going to judge. Okay, I have a vowel now. That's something. What can I do with it? Yeah, if this was... this is, by the way, in case anyone hasn't noticed, it's NWL, not Collins, so like DI isn't good. But if it was, I'd probably play there. But vid, hang on, vid is still good, right? Yeah, vid is still good. Okay. I don't know, I'm going to do that. Ruby says, nice Adam, I just woke up with drool on my face instead. Oh, Ruby. Poor old Ruby. Well, looking... Adam being thirsty. Well, looking that cute, it's only natural you should want to drool over yourself. you read a blog post the other day memorialising Battle Royale that mentioned Gertrude and a bunch of other people I've seen on streaming Weebles. Yes, I saw that post as well, Quinn. It was I'm in the Battle Royale Discord still for whatever reason. It was linked in there. It was very nice. I think originally, who was it? It was Biggie, wasn't it, who posted it? Originally, he got me mixed up with someone else. He thought Emma on Battle Royale was somebody other than Gertrude in Twitch land and Scrabble land. But we are one and the same person. And yes, it was very nice of him to do that. And it is a shame that Battle Royale isn't a thing anymore. I definitely miss it. Okay, we pick up a Z and a J. I can play Jam. I can play Slaw. Oh, I've got no vowels again. At what point is my hand so bad that I... not hand, rack. Same thing. At what point do I exchange? I guess... Can I do something good with the Z? In which case I might as well do something good with the Z. I'll play Jam, and if I don't get a vowel, I'll exchange. Oh, I got a vowel, okay. Yes, it was very touching that to write that. Yeah, it was Biggie. That sort of Babel memorial. A lot of people... I mean, I was sort of already in the Scrabble community in the time I was watching Scrabble streams, but I wasn't participating in the community. That was what first got me to participate in the community, I think. It was the first time I played against people like Axotypo and Wanderer15 at a game of any sort. I hadn't played Scrabble against them, but I played against them in Battle Royale. I think I actually managed to kill them in Battle Royale as well. I've never defeated them in Scrabble. So I absolutely agree, Quinn. Cool that it seems to have got so many people into online word gaming, including quite a few people in here. And oh wow, hang on. Quinn, you gifted 5 subscriptions. Sorry, I was focusing on the Scrabble of all things. I completely missed that. The RE77, Harry Green, Unchained Alice Chespunzo, and Hancho70X. Enjoy your subscriptions, especially the Ari, who I believe is here right now. Thank you, Quinn. That was incredibly generous of you. Yeah, I've had a big gift sub before. As you can see if you go to the sub leaderboard on my first ever affiliate stream, but that was a good 5 months ago now. So it's not a common thing on this channel. So I really, really appreciate that, Quinn. Thank you very, very much. Okay, AI and amoral. Can I squeeze some points out of this Z? Right, can I put it here and do something? I don't think I can. Is that good? That is good. Okay, we'll do that. Res. Ruby says, I'm okay with it. Maybe Adam is wealthy and we can get married and I can quit my job and nap forever. Okay, new rule chat. Flirting with Ruby is allowed, but only if you're rich. So that rules me out. Adam says, if only. Focusing on the game you're streaming, what a novel concept. I mean... I'm more than happy to be distracted from the game I'm playing, especially if it's just a puzzle game or something. The only issue with Scrabble is I am on a timer, and it's a bit unfair to my opponent if I just ignore the game and speak to chat. I feel like I owe it to people to at least attempt to play a real game against them. Right, I forget what Z words are good. I guess this is good. It's 28. Take that. But yes, focusing. You'd like Ophelia's streams, Adam, if you haven't checked them out before. Let me throw a quick shout out to Ophelia. If you enjoy going on tangents with chat rather than focusing on the actual gameplay, Ophelia is the streamer for you. Ruby says she should add it to her rules. No flirting with the streamer unless you're rich. Okay. Shut me up anyway. LT Bago has minus 20 in the bank. Okay, I'm slightly better off than T Bago, but I wouldn't describe myself as rich. I mean, I do own my own house, but I also kind of don't. Like, the bank owns 80% of it. I will own my own house one day, by which time I'll be far too old for Ruby to be interested in me. I'm joking. Doesn't have to be liquid cash. If you have property, that's okay too. I mean, I have property. It's quite a small property. Especially by American standards. Of course, Ruby, being American, is used to American size houses, and somewhere on the internet there's an infographic showing the relative size of houses in different countries. America and Australia, I think, are usually the two biggest. British houses are absolutely tiny, especially new builds, but even, like the old terraces as well. I can't imagine an American being happy with a space this small. Maybe a pony or two. Okay, yeah, I definitely don't have. Once again, with space being at a premium in the UK, horses are very expensive to keep. I would say relatively more expensive than they are in America, where I think they're already quite expensive. I definitely don't have any ponies. Best I can offer Ruby is a plushy shark and a penguin called Pebbles. And to be fair, the shark is extremely cuddly, and I think you would like him very much, Ruby. But he's not a pony. Ophelia says, wait, what's happened? I was gone for a moment. Why is there a shout out? People asking for slower paced streams. I mean, pretty much, Ophelia. But also, I just like to shout you out every chance I get. I apologise, but I will start shouting out other people as well. I promise I won't just shout out Ophelia. Hang on, let me focus on. Well, at least when it's my turn, I should look at the game. Do I have a bingo here? This rack looks bingo-y. I almost have reclined. So an E. There's no open spots anywhere really, to play through. So I'd have to have a 7. I don't really have enough vowels for. Yeah, I don't think I have a 7. Let's just triple. Ruby says, Adam says, being a Brit, I can offer you proper tea. That is true. Although I personally don't drink tea. It's not that I don't like the taste of it. I just don't tend to drink hot drinks. Not all British people drink tea, but a lot of them do. It's a fairly accurate stereotype, but I personally don't fit it, unfortunately. Ruby says, have Gertrude and Adam met? No, I haven't met any online people from any of the Twitch or Scrabble communities. And I'm not sure if I ever will. There are definitely people I would like to meet. Ruby being among them. But first of all, I can't justify the cost of flying to California just to meet one random person off the internet. And secondly, I'm not really comfortable with international travel anyway. Due to being transgender, I feel a bit vulnerable doing that. So best to just stay here and admire people on the internet from afar. Ruby says, Gergie, can you meet Adam? Let me know if they're cute. I like how that's... I need to meet Adam and let you know if he's cute, not Adam lets you know if I'm cute. We've ruled out any possibility of me being cute already. It's just Adam we're interested in now. I mean, How Into Birds said earlier that Adam was cute, so we'll take her word from it. For it. Ophelia redeems Emma is awesome. Thank you, Ophelia, for inventing your own channel point redemption and then redeeming it. I am very flattered. Quinn says, yeah, US house size does vary by region, but even in older built-out areas, Midwest, Northeast, they're somewhat bigger than typical UK houses. Yes, and in addition to that, Ruby is West Coast, where I think they're even bigger than the Northeast. Thank you, gorgeous coach. She says, Ophelia. I mean, to be fair, you do the same on your streams. Yeah, you do. Elfie says, when you lived in Surrey, you had a big house, 5 bedrooms, 4 bath and toilets, 2 living rooms, big garden. There we go, Ruby, we found someone rich for you. Although, to be fair, Elfie does say when they lived in Surrey, implying that they don't live in that house anymore. So that might not still be the case. Ophelia says, what about me? Yeah, what about Ophelia? Well, to be fair, Ophelia, if Ruby's main criteria is expensive property, from the sound of it, your current you have problems with insulation in your current living space, so maybe bear in mind that Ruby is currently living in California and is probably not comfortable with the outside temperature being what it currently is in Germany, even with an insulated house. That bigger property, exactly, Adam. Surrey is definitely one of the more expensive parts of the UK in terms of house prices, and I mean, the UK as a whole is all insanely expensive for house prices, but especially the southeast, and within the southeast, especially Surrey, I would say. Liari, I'm glad you're still here, Liari. You get to see the gift sub. 7,000 a month. That seems about right. Ophelia 6277 says, we all cute. Well, that's a lovely way of looking at it, Ophelia. Oh, you already know cute. Okay. So the reason you don't need Adam to check is that you already know. Well, I'm very flattered, Ruby. Can I use this triple spot? Sorry to drag the conversation back to Scrabble. I can play like that. Can I put my W here? I'd like to play something... Oh, Wend is good. Okay, for 36. Ruby says, what is this big house thing? I live in a 1-bedroom. Well, I realise you do at the moment, Ruby, but since you had aspirations of marrying someone with property, presumably you're picturing in your mind a nice big suburban American house, and that kind of house is just not that common over here in the UK, unless you're much more wealthy. I mean, I am pretty well off in the scale of things. Just owning a house in my mid-30s at all, I'm actually fairly lucky in that regard. And yeah, It's it's nothing special. It's like 2 rooms downstairs and 3 rooms upstairs. Foggia from Vasu, very nice. I am still ahead in this game somehow. I think just neither of us have had particularly good racks throughout the game. And that kind of continues because I've only got a U to work with here. I could do something like here. Maybe the L. I would like to play off another consonant if I can, which would mean going through a vowel. And not opening up the triple as well. I don't really see anything. Let's just do that. Ophelia says small houses are easier to keep clean and tidy. That is very true, Ophelia. And that is an excellent point. Ruby, you should look for somebody with a tiny house because it means that it's going to be clean and tidy. Quinn says, house I'm currently renting with my partner is 98 square metres, which feels a little small. Average UK house size is apparently 76 square metres. Average house size in the Western US is more like 200. Exactly. So this is my point. We're not just talking about it's bigger. We're talking about it's literally more than twice the size. Plus, the big thing is not even the house. It's the size of the property itself, i.e. the size of your driveway, yard, back, garden area and all that combined. UK houses are notorious for having, especially new builds, for having very, very small gardens because developers try to cram as many houses into the same space as possible. So the garden is literally like this big in some new properties. And I think Americans, especially Americans from sort of Midwest or West suburbia, would have a hard time adjusting to a property that size. Like they would not consider that to be a house. They basically it's more like an apartment that happens to be separated from the next apartment along by a small gap. They're not even really houses. I mean, well, some are right. T-Bag, I'm specifically talking about. You've probably seen them. I'm sure they exist where you are as well. They certainly do here. Those new builds where like. You've got a road and you've got like a parking space and then you've got a house and the house is about as wide as the parking space and they just literally the developers looked at the plot of land that they've got planning permission for and thought, how can I cram the maximum number of houses in there? Anyway, sorry, I should play because my opponent is waiting. It's gonna be safer for me to block the spot, I think, just in case they've got something good. Ophelia says you could find out if I'm cute or not. I meant to meet. Oh, right. Well, yes, I could beat you, Ophelia, and find out if you're cute or not. This is very true. I would like to meet you. I mean, as I say, there are definitely people on the internet I would like to meet. Ruby is one of them. Ophelia is one of them as well. But yeah, I'm not sure I would want to travel to Germany. And plus, I'm not going to meet you to find out if you're cute or not. I'm going to meet you because I like you as a friend. I'm more than willing to take your own word for it that you're cute if you are. You know, that's. Let's be a bit more mature about this here. That's not the reason I would want to meet someone. Especially bearing in mind I am basically asexual. So, what do I have here? Apologies to anybody who sent a message in chat and is patiently waiting for me to get to it. I am. Well, if, you know this feeling, Ophelia, when the chat starts to get away from you. But I can't abandon the gameplay completely because I'm on a timer. I do need to keep coming back to... Let's just play off my K like that. Oh no, yes. See, I missed Jude. Hello, Jude. That's your first time chat as well. You're going to be lurking. Okay, I hope you're still here to hear this message. But if not, sorry. Sorry, I got distracted from chat. Hello, Jude. I have seen you many, many times in Shania's channel and probably in other people's channels as well. And I'm so glad that you decided to come here. It's lovely, and yes, enjoy your lurk. If you'd like a game of Scrabble, then obviously I would be more than happy to play you. But you're absolutely under no obligation. If you'd just like to watch, that's absolutely fine as well. Okay, my opponent has gone slightly over time, but we do have a minute of overtime available. And they did set the time control. This challenge actually came from my opponent, so they decided on the 15 minutes. If somebody's new to Scrabble and feels like I try to stick to 15 minutes just so everyone can get a game. But if someone's new to Scrabble and feels like 15 minutes is too short, I will certainly consider 20 minutes. I'm just not seeing any good plays here. Yeah, I'm just gonna like. Oh, Power is no good. Power is good in CSW, isn't it? So it must just be no good in NWL. But enjoy your lurk, Jude. Ruby says, I like Germany. Yes, Germany is a nice place in many ways. It's just me personally not being comfortable with international travel, I think, more than... I have nothing against any overseas country that has basic protections in place for transgender people, which is depressingly few of them, but there we go. Germany is one of them. Ophelia would like to come to the UK someday. Got lots of friends there I'd like to meet. Not only a Shakespeare but also a Beatles fan. Yes, so Ophelia, as people may have guessed from her name, is a huge Shakespeare fan, especially Hamlet, I believe. So yes, it certainly makes sense that you should come to the UK. You can visit the Globe Theatre in London and see a Shakespeare performance, like sort of as it was originally intended. You can visit Stratford-on-Avon, go to Shakespeare's birthplace. So I do end up winning that game because Vasu timed out. Sorry about that. But good game, Vasu. Thank you very much for playing. And let's keep things moving here. Abby, you're up next if you're around. I'll send you a 15-minute CSW Void challenge, if that's okay with you, Abby. Oh, hang on. I just got a game request from Abby. Oh, Rapid 12. Okay. I'll have to interact with chat even less now because we are playing a Rapid game. Hello, Mac X Piper. Thank you for joining us. Another German, by the way. I have quite a few German viewers nowadays. I think probably because of Dorf Romantic, which is very popular in Germany. My opponent opening with Gur. And I have an L on my rack. So there's really only one thing I can do here. And play girl, which is one of my favourite words. And it also happens to be a scoring spot for the X, which is nice. But yes, I didn't know you were a Beatles fan, Ophelia, but that makes sense. I did know you were a musician. Let me just quickly use this emote to show everybody how cool Ophelia is, because she plays bass, as well as being a Shakespeare fan. And honestly, being a Shakespeare fan at all, I'm kind of impressed for that a non-native speaker is a Shakespeare fan, because As a native English speaker, I struggle to understand Shakespeare. We had to study it in the school here. Can I do something with XU here? Get rid of 2U. Is this a word? I know ooze with 2Z, with 2 O's is a word, but not with a U. It's probably a bit too greedy, me expecting to get rid of my U's and my Z at the same time. I don't know what's best here, actually. Like, do I exchange, get rid of some U's? Do I just play OU as a fish? What do I do? Let me play OU here. And I hope my opponent doesn't block it and then I have Zo. Yes, Ophelia is a very cool person. Ruby says, no, I want to live in a colonial-style cottage with vines crawling up the walls. Okay, you might have to stick to America then. We don't have colonial-style buildings here because we were the ones doing the colonising. We don't have a colonial era in the UK. If you wanted to live in a traditional English cottage, that would certainly be very cosy. It would also be very expensive, of course. Okay, this stays available. Can I? Yeah, I can play it both ways as well, which certainly helps. 65 points. Mac says, nice, your own house sounds good. We got to rent, but it's okay too. Yeah, I mean, it's... I could rent, but since I could afford buying my own house, it just felt better to do that. Ooh, this is a very nice play from Abby. Not only making a bingo, but hooking both Azo and Sword for a few extra points. 82 is a lot for a bingo that isn't a double-double or a triple or anything. Now, I have a blank, so I should be able to make something happen here in response. Is unraise a word? Unraise is not a word. Okay, I must have something here though, so let me look for a moment. Sure. No. Yeah, like I'd have ruinates or urinates or anything like that for a T. I haven't been studying my high probability bingos for a while. I think it shows. Curate is a word. It's a word. Okay, well, this is embarrassing if I can't find a bingo here, because I'm sure there is one. In fact, I'm sure there's several. Okay. In that case, let's just... in that case, let's just that and hope to draw another bingo. Adam says it's called NWL. Bingos don't exist in this lexicon. I mean, they clearly do, Adam, as demonstrated by my opponent finding one. And I'm sure with letters of this high probability that they must exist. Ophelia says, not sure if I'd like to own a house. So much work, so expensive, so much to take care of that scares my ADHD brain. So what if I'd like to live somewhere else and take too much stress? This is very true, Ophelia. If you're someone who likes to move around every so often, then home ownership is probably not such a good idea. I mean, the thing is, it depends on how wealthy you are. This is the thing. If rich people own houses because it's not so much work, because they just pay somebody else to take care of the work for them, and they don't care if it's expensive. This is the thing. Ruby wants somebody who owns 3 houses. They have a holiday home up in somewhere nice, and that's all that got us onto this topic. Ruby was talking about her dream partner. That's all it was. No, I completely agree. Home ownership isn't for everyone. It's just it is particularly difficult to get on the property ladder in the UK at the moment, which some people would like to do. I mean, I don't have any intention of living anywhere else. Certainly not in any other country, but not even really in a different region of the UK. I like it here. I wouldn't want to live in a city because it's too crowded. And a bit like Ophelia, it's not good for my mental state to be living in a big city. And I definitely don't want to leave the UK. Partly because I'm kind of a specialist in British wildflowers at this point, and if I went somewhere else, I'd have to learn all the botany again. Do I have anything here? I mean, I can make an ing. I'm guessing mising isn't a word. No. What should I do here? Should I just go here and do something? Is this a word? Okay, it's a word. Tobago, your flat is 38 square meters. Yeah, I mean, obviously my house is bigger than that, but it's not that much bigger. I think it's slightly smaller than average. And we just had the average quoted as 70 something, so yeah, it's not that big. Ophelia says, I watched an American TV show once which made you want to own a small house like that. And a teal coloured fridge. Yes, specifically a teal coloured fridge. Can I take advantage of this spot? Maybe. That's 24. Anything in there? Let's go there. Ruby says makes sense because the UK is small in general. I mean, it's not the size of the country as such, it's the population density. The UK is overpopulated, basically. There's too many people here. Pretty much all the land that's usable for house building has got houses built on it already. I mean, we have, America has 5 times the population of the UK, but it's, I'm not sure exactly how many times bigger in land area, but massively bigger in land area. Like, the population density doesn't even compare. You can have a country that's small and still fairly sparsely populated, but the UK is not that. Everything is packed in. Nice play of quad by my opponent here. I probably should keep going so I don't time out. Do I have anything here? I assume this pluralizes, so I'd have ings. I don't think that's a word though. Chippens. Cheapens. Yeah, there must be something here. I think I'm just tired tonight. I'm not seeing things. Pinches. If there's something that in pinches that takes a hook that I could have used a blank for, then I'm an idiot, but I couldn't see it. So I decided to keep the blank and try again. This looks promising as well. Nicklet. Mac says, I agree, I grew up in a big house, a lot to do for the whole family, and problem because my parents have to pay money along with the credit at the end and nothing because they split. Yeah, that's... I'm sorry to hear that, Mac. That is unfortunate. And yes, if you're jointly liable for a mortgage, then this sort of thing can happen. Fortunately, it's just me that owns this house. Hey, it's perfectly average size. I mean, yeah, I think the UK is about average size for a country, actually, because there's lots of tiny countries and there's lots of big ones, and the UK is somewhere in the middle. So I suspect the UK probably is about average size. I have kitchen, but then there's a leftover C. I must be able to put something here. I'm probably going to time out if I don't hurry up. Kinetic. Oh. Yeah, there must be something here. I haven't been doing the analyzer after the games because I've got quite a few in the queue. Maybe I should, just so I can feel bad about my ability again. Tickled. Can you spell tinkle like that? No, tinkle is that. Okay, let's do tinkle because it puts the K on a triple word at least. Triple letter rather. Adam says we don't live in houses, we live in sardine tins. There is some truth to that. That might be a slight exaggeration. But definitely we live in smaller houses. Let me focus on the game for a moment so I don't time out. Zach Quinn says exactly we call them townhomes in the US, which apparently means something different in the UK, and it's because they're not really a house. Yeah, we that counts as home ownership. When we complain about how bad home ownership is, like how difficult it is to afford a house, we're counting those as houses, Quinn. And yeah, as T-Bagger says, new builds have zero garden space. Ophelia says, my mother sold the house I grew up in many years ago. It's just having to clean it out was a nightmare. I guess that depends on how much stuff you've built up over the years as well. I mean, I really don't have that much stuff. Like this shelf behind me, I have filled that with various trinkets that I own. But those pretty much are all the trinkets I own. Like, you know, I have books and I have basic furniture and I have a PC. and I have clothes. You know, I don't have that much else. Emptying out my house would not take long. The main thing would be what to do with, you know, the bed and the sofa and this desk. But I don't have that much stuff, and I think wherever I lived I would need those things, so you know. Okay, can I put something here? I'm going to use my blank because I don't think I'm getting a bingo this game. So yeah, I don't think emptying out this house would be any more stressful than emptying out a house that I rented, because you know I only really have the absolute basics. Max says at the end of benefits in both ways, and how to live in an apartment with a rent. I mean, the problem is you pay the rent for 30 years, and at the end of it, you don't own anything. You're still paying rent. At least if you work towards buying a house, at the end of it, you have a house. You know, which you then basically you get to retire and draw your pension without that entire pension then going on rent. That's the thing. Homeowners have a much more comfortable retirement, is probably the single biggest argument in favour of home ownership. It's an investment for the future, but you know that depends on your lifestyle and what your plans are for the future as well. Not everybody is necessarily even going to have that much of a pension. Or maybe I should just ask Adam555, are you cute? And Adam says, I'd say so, not really for me to judge though. Max says, I imagined a lot as a child on my own, couldn't do what work is, but at the end less of time for fun things. Fair enough. Ruby really needs to go on a run, but it's so comfy under her electric blankie. I mean, I'm sat here cuddling a shark, so I can't really speak about being comfy instead of doing exercise. Ophelia getting distracted, never. Opponent is such a serious word. I mean, I'm not sure what I could call them instead of opponent that wouldn't sound even more sinister. Antagonist, enemy. But yes, I don't know if I can think of a better word for that. Germany got nice parts, but Scotland is nice too. I mean, even in England, there are nice places. There's not as many as I'd like, and I think a lot of them have been built on over the years. But there are still nice places in England if you know where to look. London's nice too for Jip. If you like big cities, I don't like big cities. If you like big cities, then yes, London is lovely because it's a huge city. Okay, I actually have a bingo now, but I don't think it plays. This is a bingo, but I don't think it plays. So I won't play it. Okay, my opponent had Insider. GG Abby, sorry, I played that game absolutely terribly. Let's blame the chat. That's always a sound strategy in my opinion. I might go back and analyse games later. Like I'll work my way through the queue and then I'll go back and analyse the games. That might be a nice way to do it. Quinn has wings. CS to W double. Okay, I assume you mean double challenge by that. Well, that's scary. I can't even try and find words like I usually do. Where is Quinn on Google's? This is you, isn't it, Quinn? Volume Chris. I think this is Quinn. Apologies if it isn't. So I need to set CSW double challenge. Let's do 15 minutes again. And create game. Yeah, London. If you like big cities, London is among the biggest and oldest and most historical of cities out there, so it's definitely worth a visit. Ooh, this is not the best of openings. This is a word with an H, two I's and an O, but not. This isn't, unfortunately. What do I do here? Exchange? I'm just going to exchange. I shouldn't keep that many vowels. Let's keep 2 vowels. Okay, I'm glad I didn't keep more than 2 vowels. I'm still not sure I have a bingo, even though I've got 2 blanks. Pegasus. Oh, sorry, yeah, Vasu. This is how far behind I am with chat. Vasu was talking about the end of their last game. They tried to play Pegasus. Yeah, it's the name of a mythological creature, so it's not a word, which is unfortunate. Adam making a nice pun about Shakespeare. Much ado about nothing. Ruby wants to visit Scotland and Ireland. I haven't seen much of either Scotland or Ireland. I've done a lot of travelling around this country, going to scenic places, but it was almost all in England with a fair bit in Wales. I briefly ventured into Scotland and I haven't been to Ireland, but my understanding is yes, they are very scenic. Yes, Ruby, do it. Do you live there? Piper lives in Germany. I live in southwest England. I don't know where Adam lives, but I believe it's in the UK somewhere. Vasu says I think you need to learn to play faster if you want to play online. Yeah, sorry, Vasu. I mean, you are welcome to play a 20-minute game against me. I went with 15 because that's what you sent in your challenge. I mean, I might as well play, like, Axe here. Rather than exchanging, it would be silly not to. Piper says, "Oh, you see me, Gertrude." Yeah, lots of words, mate. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm very far behind with chat. I now know what it's like to be Ophelia, and I have a newfound respect for Ophelia after trying to deal with this. I will try and go a bit faster. Ruby, visit Glencoe, my heart is in the hand. Yeah, so I guess the Piper in Macex Piper is a giveaway that he is a fan of Scotland, but yes, he lives in Germany, I believe. Okay, so a bingo from my opponent, but have they given me anything in return now that I've got these letters to work with, as well as my 2 blanks? Yeah, I don't have like advanced. There we go. Using both of my blanks as D's. There may have been a double available, but I'll stick with finding a bingo. Elfie redeemed drink water. My apologies, Elfie, for not seeing that earlier. I will do that immediately now. Better. Reminder that proper hydration is for everybody, not just streamers. I encourage you to take a drink now if you have water available. Okay, we have waddle. We have a U as well. I think this is a word. So let's try that. Adam has a degree in English literature. Yes, you'll have done a lot of Shakespeare study then. Yes, I've just done the basics that you do for GCSE English. But yes, Adam will definitely be the Shakespeare expert here, other than, of course, Ophelia. Ophelia says that she loves the Shakespearean language. That is... I kind of do as well. And the thing about Shakespeare is he coined a lot of new words. It's easy to look back at Shakespeare plays and think, oh yeah, there's some words I recognise here, but this is, old. Not old English, but old English. But then what you have to remember is a lot of the words that you see in those plays that are still used were coined by Shakespeare. That's where the word comes from. Which, the fact that those words are still in use now, let's go with this. Tibago says it's better read in Klingon. Ophelia, I think, has actually studied Klingon a bit. But I think she probably prefers Shakespearean in its original English. Ooh la la literature. Yeah, we're getting highbrow this week, Ruby. Max says, by the way, Gertrude, my monster visit in the meantime, 77 islands. Not bad, Piper. I'm not sure how long your stream was, but that's good progress, definitely. Let me actually give you a shout out right now. If I shout out Mac X Piper, a very fun stream, has a lot of fun little viewer interactions. Like there's a bot that you can do wacky commands with, and all sorts of channel point redeems. You can earn, as well as earning channel points, you can earn sheeps, and then you can redeem the sheeps for funny things. But yes, if you were here on yesterday's stream when I was playing a Monsters Expedition, which I think is a very chill puzzle game, Mac is playing the same game. So if you like watching that gameplay, then you can experience it all over again over on Mac's channel. And yeah, I'm still not sure exactly how many islands there are, but I've currently done about 400. So there's certainly plenty of content still to come on Mac's playthrough. I think this is a word. I know bolus, B-O-L-U-S, is a word. So logically that's a word, but maybe it isn't, in which case I'm sure Quinn will challenge me. Okay, it's not a word. The more you know. I wonder what the plural of bolus is then. Is it just boluses? I'll check after the game. Ruby says, are you a famous author, Adam? I mean... Not everybody with an English literature degree is a famous author, much as they might like to be. Ophelia says, I think it's a decade thing. You also like the Schiller Goethe German. Yeah, I can understand that. You're not very popular in the school. Ophelia, none of us were popular when we were in school. Well, I don't know, maybe we were. I think it's a bit cooler these days to be a nerd than it used to be, but still, yeah. What people thought of you in school, Ophelia, we don't care. We don't talk about that. You are valued now by your friends who care about you, and that's what matters. Adam says, if you can become famous writing rude limericks, you could be a famous author. Yeah. Definitely, Adam. I would also like to be able to do that, but okay, I need to attempt to at playing something down here, unless I can see a better place to go. Right, these are definitely all words, so I'm just going to do that. But yes, good luck, Adam. If you ever publish a book of rude limericks, I will gladly buy it. In fact, since you're a dedicated viewer, I might even read it out on the stream. You never know. Ruby says, Gertrude, can you hype up the gun and run? Hang on. How far behind am I with chat? Did Ruby want hyping up like half an hour ago? In which case I apologise. Ruby, go exercise because it's the right thing to do and it will feel good afterwards. You'll be able to slump down under your blanket and think, okay, I did my run, I did it, and now I can go to sleep and have a nap. And nobody can judge me because I was fit and healthy and exercised. Sorry, I'm really bad at hyping. I'm really bad at hyping, as you may have noticed. Ooh, fuck yeah, yeah. Showing off his knowledge of keywords. So for Quinn, I suppose has a Q in his name, so it's to be expected. Oh dear, what have I got now? 3 R's, a U of E and 2 I's. Which is not how you spell furry. Do I just exchange here? I don't know if it's the right play. I'm just going to exchange. Let's keep an R and an I. Okay. Well, it's an improvement. Yeah, sorry. Apologise, Ruby, if that wasn't good enough hype, but I tried. Mac, have fun together. You're out. See ya. I mean, yeah, it's getting late in Germany, but it certainly is now. It might also have been getting late when Mac sent that message originally. I don't know. But yeah, you've probably gone, Mac. But if you haven't, thanks for dropping by. I apologise for not being in your Monsters Expedition stream. I was busy with family today, sort of tail end of the Christmas period. But I will definitely try to make it in future streams. Ophelia says, oh, and just for the record, Emma is also very cool. I'm really not. I'm not a bass player like you, Ophelia. But thank you. I do appreciate. I know. This. I'm not good at taking compliments. It's something I need to work on. So I will accept the compliment and say thank you, Ophelia. Thank you very much. Also, sorry, I don't know how long. If you sent that when I was talking about Ophelia being cool because she played bass, that was like half an hour ago. Is there a vowel that goes on here? Like, is a bed a word? Because if it is, I'd have this. But I feel like it probably isn't. So instead, let's do that. 33. Yeah, goodbye to Mac. Everybody's saying good night. Yeah, playing bass is objectively cool, and I know there's stereotypes about, you know, the lead singer or the lead guitarist gets all the girls and the drummer doesn't, and so on. Yeah, ignore all of that. Playing bass is cool. This is official statement. Cannot be contested. It is a fact. Intorted. I'm not familiar with that word, but I trust my opponent. I'm not going to challenge. I think they know their words, and they wouldn't play that if it wasn't a word. I almost have religious here, except that there's not enough space for it, and also I don't have all the letters. Do I have something here? I don't think I do. Can you pluralize this? Let's find out. Maybe you can. Adam says trying unraise is so unlucky. Upraise is good. Oh, upraise is good. Okay. I should have thought to try that. In fact, that might even have come up on stream before. I can't remember. If so, then apologies for not learning from my previous mistakes. Upraise, not unraise. upraise. So yeah, if I have a blank and I'm thinking of making it an N to use un, I need to remember to also consider up. And I think that's the one thing I need to keep in mind, is if I'm considering un, also consider up if the N is a blank. Ruby says, just wants to be a trophy wife because she's EP. Can you blame me? I can't blame you at all, Ruby, for that, honestly. As I say, my life experience is a little bit different to the average woman on account of the whole trans thing. So it's just never really been the case that I could even consider such a thing in my life. But if I could, then yeah, I mean, why not? You know, I'm sure the thought would have occurred to me many times by now. Oh, hello, Harry Green. I don't know if you hopped in here because you saw the gift sub notification or if you were lurking, but either way, welcome to Scrabble Saturday. Thank you for dropping by. And yes, thank you once again to Quinn for being a very generous viewer and giving gift subs to people who I think thoroughly deserve them, especially Liari, but also Harry Green, of course. Adam says, I'd tell a flower joke right now, but I haven't botany. Ophelia, you know you have your stream deck with the badumch sound. I need to get myself a stream deck, don't I? So I can just like press the button and have. I think maybe a groan would be a better sound effect for that one, but yeah, I like the idea of pressing buttons and having sound effects. I haven't really been able to justify the cost of a stream deck yet. Yeah, if someone really wants to get on my good side, donate me a stream deck. No, I don't expect that sort of level of commitment. Yeah, T-Bago almost issuing a ban for that joke, and rightly so, T-Bago. Yes, that's the sort of moderation I want in this channel. Ophelia says, the house you grew up in, the families lived there for a long time, which means a lot of stuff. Also depends on the size of the house. Yes, that's very true, Ophelia. Sorry, I maybe didn't. I've sort of fumbled along this conversation. I apologise. Yes. It's different in my situation because I've only lived in this house in my lifetime, relatively short time, and I just generally don't have that much stuff, and I'm not accumulating that much stuff either. I'm spending my money on other things like streaming equipment and gift subs and things like that. But yes, if a whole family has lived there for decades, then definitely. Ophelia says, opponent is fine, just realize how serious it sounds. Yes, I agree. I mean, I think that's what they call it when you're playing someone in Scrabble. So, that's the word I'll use. Yes, Harry, Ophelia is here. I know you are a big Ophelia supporter. I think you have a founder badge in Ophelia's channel. Or certainly if you don't, you are one of, I think you subscribed on day one of Ophelia's tenure as an affiliate. Abby, fishing for bingo at the end and finally hit it on your last turn. Yes, I saw that when the insta played the bingo after my turn. I mean, you didn't need it. You would have won either way, but yes, it was good that you hit that bingo on the last turn. And I probably will go back and look at that game in the analyzer once things quieten down a bit, because I suspect I probably did have a bingo there. I just couldn't find it. Ruby says, don't know if I sent to you, but you got a high scoring game a few days ago, 519 points. Congratulations, Ruby. That is a good score. Even with a high scoring play in there, that's still 413 points without that play, which is no small feat. You didn't send that to me before, Ruby. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you for sharing that with us. At some point off stream, I'll go and look at your profile and see the game. Was that a game against a bot, Ruby, or was that against a human opponent? But yeah, Chivalry 116 is definitely a play worth bragging about. Here we are. Right, okay. Adam is talking about the start of this game now. He's talking about Ohio. So I've reached the start of this game in the chat. I'm officially one game behind. Oh dear, that's a worrying thought. What do we have here? I have a K. Drunk. Orc. I'm just going to play oink, I think. Double my I. And my opponent is left with the Z, so I don't think I'm going to be able to challenge them for the win here. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that word somehow. I remembered Hioi, or however it's pronounced, Hioi. I remembered that one. I didn't remember Ohia. You're absolutely right, Adam. That would have been a better play than exchanging. Abby says you should have played Who for 62 points. That wouldn't have been 62 points, Abby. Maybe you're referencing a game that I don't remember, but yeah. Opening with my blank would not have been a good idea, I don't think. Adam lives in Yorkshire. Okay. You might have a small rivalry with Tebago, as I believe. I don't want to dox Tebago too much, but I believe you're in Lancashire, Tebago. That's not saying too much, I hope. Like the terrier. Oh dear. Okay, yeah. Ruby is now not being British. Hears the word Yorkshire, thinks of the dog. And is now going to think of Adam as a small yappy dog. Can you have more than one Zen? Let's find out, I guess. You can. And it's double challenge, so it's my go again. Not that it helps, but how many of these letters can I get rid of at once? I only see how to get rid of 2 of them, to be honest. Range is good. Yeah, gat is. I think this is good. But yeah, I mean my opponent has runts here, or probably other things. I mean, they have the word stun on the board, so if they can play an S. Yeah, there we go. No, yeah, knuts. Pass. Okay, and yeah, so the only invalid word played that game was Bolai, which my opponent did correctly challenge off, and I was correct that Zenzis takes an S, so that was nice. GG to Quinn. We have another game request from Matcha who has already sent 20-minute game. Okay, that might help me catch up with chat a little. Good luck to Matcha. Me first again. I've been starting first a lot this stream. Hillary is not a word. What about just Healy? No. Early maybe? But obviously I'd play that here. Okay, let's play early. Oh wow. The Q and the Z. Adam is apparently 6'2". Yeah, that might ruin the image of the yappy Yorkshire Terrier. Abby. Oh, I didn't do next. Sorry, Abby. Yeah, if you're still here it might be nearer 40 minutes than 30, but yes, you're welcome to another game as long as it's still quiet, which I think it's going to be tonight. Apart from chat, which I'm still making my way through. Ruby is now imagining a 6'2" Yorkshire Terrier, which I agree is an absolutely terrifying prospect. What do I want to do here? Do I want to play the Z there or here or what? I don't think it's worth using the blank to score more points, so I'll play it there. Okay. Sorry, T-Bago had already written in chat that he lives in Lancashire, so I'm not doxing him by saying that. That's okay. T-Bago in Lancashire, does that make us mortal enemies? Yes, for those of you not familiar with the rivalry in the UK between Lancashire and Yorkshire, which goes back a long time, goes back to the Wars of the Roses in the 17th century, between the Lancastrians and the Yorkists, or so says tradition. I mean, it's really got nothing to do with the modern, which is just like friendly banter, I guess. Okay, Brr. So we've had Brr and Gur in successive games here. I would like to get rid of my Q. If I had a P to play through, I could play QOPH. If I had an A or this F was clear, I could play WAQF. But as it stands, I don't think I have a good Q play. So yeah, I think I'd be burning my blank for not even a good play. Let's hold on to the Q for at least one turn and see what happens. Now what? I know this takes a P at the front as well as a D. Are there any other things I'm missing? I don't think it takes an H. It doesn't take a W. So, because I've got a little bit more time to work with on this game, I am going to be thinking for a little longer. Not that it will necessarily be reflected in the score, but I'll give it a go. This is bad, but I'm just going to play that. Pudding's greater than hot pots, says Adam. Yes, referring to the different regional terms for, well, a dish that I would know as Lancashire hot pot, which is, as it suggests, that's how they say it in Lancashire. To me, a pudding is strictly a sweet dish, but of course that's not the origin of it. In particular, Yorkshire puddings being the obvious exception to that. Abby says, as an American, I did not enjoy reading Shakespeare. That's understandable. I mean, bear in mind, Ophelia is not a native English speaker at all, and she enjoyed reading Shakespeare. So, yes, it wouldn't make sense to you as an American, but it didn't make sense to me as a British person either. It's just, it's of a different time. But when you understand the genius of it in that time, I think that does make you appreciate it more. It's not all Shakespeare. Yeah, of course, no. A degree in English literature requires much more than studying one very specific English author, even if they were generally considered the greatest English author. Yes, modules on linguistics and children's literature. Linguistics is actually a very, very interesting subject. I don't know if anyone here has watched the Tom Scott linguistics videos, which is a sort of fairly casual introduction to the field. But it is fascinating, the sort of things that linguistics studies. There's an awful lot of, it wouldn't occur to somebody who just speaks a language that, that level of detail of study of a language actually happens. I think I need to get rid of this queue. Also, I like this play. I don't know if that was just a content play. Matcha. It's appreciated if it was. Because I can do this. But 15 points and wasting my blank seems pretty suboptimal. I think I'm just going to do this. Just at least have got rid of the queue. But yes, linguistics is a fascinating subject. There's a field known as computational linguistics, which is sort of the intersection of linguistics and I guess computer science, which is what my degree was in, which I find quite interesting. Abby, Mr. Bingo, Quondam. Yeah, so speaking of knowing your Q words, Quondam is not one I was familiar with actually, and yeah, I have learned all the shorter useful Q words like quaff and wackaf. How you pronounce it? WAQF. Obviously, chi, chin, cat. I didn't know Quondam. That might actually be worth knowing. Okay, is this a word or am I imagining? I'm not imagining. Good. Okay, let's do that. Use up our K. No S hook on Quondam, says Muffin. Hello, Muffin. Welcome to this Scrabble Saturday. I am happy to play a game against you if you would like one. Just a warning that it will be an hour or so to get through the next couple of games. And if you say things in chat, please be aware I am massively behind and may not get to them immediately. Because I am trying to at least make a vague effort to play Scrabble as well. Is Persia a word? It is a word, but brr with 4 R's is not. You've got to have 2 or 3. Can you pluralise it with that many R's? No. Okay. Where can I put this word I've just discovered then? Don't tell me it doesn't play. I don't think it plays. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, but never mind. Let's look for something else. Yeah, this is not how you spell surprise. Yeah. Okay, if I'm missing a bingo that does play, I apologise. I don't see one. Yeah, I think just like a Q word. Oh, it's Quipper's good. Ah, okay. We found a bingo. And it was a Q bingo on top of that. That's good. I thought there must be something with a blank. Adam said, yeah, just got to the chat where Adam said, got to study your Q words. And I absolutely agree, Adam. Ruby says, Shakespeare's all right, but I do love American literature. I completely understand that, Ruby. John Steinbeck, Walt Whitman, and Wendell Berry are my favourites, and it's a very American style of writing. Yes, we had to study a John Steinbeck work in school, I think. It's a long time ago. Love Grapes of Wrath, yeah, exactly. I believe Tolkien's world building should be uncommon in English. Yeah, so yeah, if you're going to study English literature, Tolkien is definitely right up there. Honestly, even with Shakespeare, in my opinion, as something that should be studied. Pretty much the entire fantasy genre is just fan fiction of Tolkien's work. Honestly, it's that groundbreaking. I mean, yeah, he pretty much invented the notion of world building. I think. I love this word because it looks like they just typoed tiny, and you might be tempted to challenge if it was double challenge, but of course it's void challenge, so that helps. You know if a word comes down and it was good. Okay, can't have veins like that if it's just do mains. That's good enough. No Tolkien in your degree. Shakespeare, Dickens, Austen, Marlowe, Wordsworth, Chaucer, exactly respectively. Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. I mean, Chaucer as well, just because that's a much earlier form of English, and so if you're interested in the academic study of how the English language has progressed, then Chaucer is a key figure there. And yes, Dickens is a great author, absolutely. But yes, I mean, maybe I'm just too focused on modern English, but I think Tolkien should be considered English literature worthy of study. Abby says, English was my least favourite class in school for a long time, but it turns out that's because I kept getting bad teachers. In your last year of high school, you actually got a good teacher and stopped hating the class. Yeah, I mean, so much of school depends on the teacher, honestly. A bit different for me, I didn't actually study... Because my degree was in computer science. I didn't study computer science at school because it didn't exist as a school subject. We had IT, which was learning to use Microsoft Office products. No actual programming was done in that class. I am entirely self-taught as a programmer. And I say entirely self-taught, even though I have a degree, because... I don't think I learnt... there's plenty of things I learnt in that degree. Like, we had a whole module on hardware, which I'd never done before, so we did all sorts of fancy electronic stuff. But I already knew how to program. I didn't teach myself. I didn't learn any programming. I taught myself programming before, during, and after my degree, but it was all self-taught. And I'm a professional programmer, but I've never had any sort of, proper... training courses or anything at my job. They just expect me to be able to program myself. Right, I've got an X I'd like to use somewhere if I can. Maybe just here. Is this a word? That is a word. Okay, that gets rid of my X. Junto's immediately back from Machucacha. I am awfully down on time here. Just to show how slow I've been playing. This was a 20-minute game. Matcha still has more than 20 minutes left because of the increment. And I've used half my time. But I keep getting distracted by chat. But then We have a lot of it to get through. Let's just take this other triple. Makes sense to shut down matches scoring potential. Juntos was a very nice play, scoring 58 by the way. Nice use of the J there. Okay, LT Bago says, chat message sent at 22:15. Let's find out how behind Emma is. Emma is exactly half an hour behind chat, which is terrifying. When I'm still, usually I get behind at the start of a stream, but I'm 2 hours 15 minutes into the stream and I'm still half an hour behind. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know if Ophelia is still here, but absolutely newfound respect for Ophelia catching up with chat. Stream will end before she reaches you. No, I'm committed to going for at least 3 hours on these streams, and longer if people want to play. So don't worry, I'm here. I'm here at the. Oh right, stream will end. Lamau says T-Bago. Bye, Liari Gertchi in 30 minutes time. Bye, Liari. It's no good. She's been gone 30 minutes. Sorry I missed your departure, Liari. Enjoy your dinner, obviously, and I will try to have a good rest of the stream, even if most of it is catching up with chat. Bye, future Emma. Thank you, past Liari, for your thoughtful, kind words, and thank you for dropping by, and of course, thank you for naming the penguin. Much appreciated. Ooh, nice overlap. Matcha starting to catch back up here. I got ahead a little with Quippers because that was a 80-ish point play, but yeah, he's coming back now. I don't have the best, unless I've probably got a bingo, but I don't think I have good letters because I can't see anything. Vect something. Yeah, almost device. Yeah, device I could play here. All the good letters miss the good spots, unfortunately. So it's not necessarily a good play. Can I reach that triple? That'd be nice. But I don't see a way through there. Oh, so TU isn't it good? I thought, oh, that's a clever play, and then I realised, no, it's not a clever play because it's not a word. TI is, yeah, it would have to be IPU, and I don't think I have a word like that. Isn't Zen the word? I mean, I don't want to put an E. Yeah, there's still an H and a W working, so putting an E here would be a bad idea. Just doing that wouldn't be too bad. Oh, Zen. No, Zen isn't the word. Okay. What am I thinking of then? Oh, Zen. Isn't it like Zenda or Zendo or something? Is a word. That must be what I'm thinking of. Let's pretend that that's what I was thinking of. I could go here for 17. Get with my V, but again that leaves a triple open goal for Matcha. Yeah, this is a difficult position really, unless there's something good I've missed. Oh, hang on. Okay, I found a thing through there. That'll do. Yes, sorry Liari, apologies for missing your departure. Ancient Cosmographer says, I should post a message just to add to the ever-increasing chat backlog. Thank you, Ancient Cosmographer. In particular, if you can make sure it's a particularly long and difficult to read message so that it takes me more time to read and respond to it, and or a deeply thought-provoking comment that causes me to veer off on a 5-minute tangent. That would be the optimal sort of message to post in my chat. Ophelia says, take care of the army. I have the... we're talking about the sound. Yes, Ophelia has a Stream Deck, and she loves it, and has made me want to have one of my own. And yeah, it is good. I do see I could trigger a sound. I could make my bot trigger a sound. I can just switch to my bot. I can type a command to make my bot make a sound. But having a Stream Deck is just... I keep knocking this penguin by mistake. I'm going to move him there. Having a Stream Deck is just so much more convenient because you've just got the buttons right there and it's just one press and it can do whatever you want. So I definitely understand wanting to have one. Okay, so I could do something like that. That would automatically be 20-ish points. So unless I see a good thing, I should just go with that. And I'd be outscoring Matcha. Does Matcha have the other S and is setting something up? I mean, there's not that much scoring potential left if he is. I think I might just do that. Just take the 26 points and cover up one more triple space and say, okay, what can you do in response? Is outpave a word? Once again, we will find out soon. Matcha linking my Discord. Thank you very much for that, Matcha. And yeah, if anyone wants to go to my Discord, I highly encourage you to join it. You can not only get... this was half an hour ago, so let me do the command again. Not only do you get notifications of my streams and an update on my plans for future content, but you also get to talk to me and my other viewers. Share funny things, as people tend to do in Discords. Ruby, you did your high score against your friend, who is most likely not a bot. I mean, you can never be too sure, can you? No, that's good. It's just I know you do tend to play the bots sometimes, and I always like it when I've achieved something against a human player, just because sometimes I feel if it's against a bot, people are going to say, oh well, it was only a bot. You didn't do that against a human. Like, oh, a human would never have left that spot open for you. I've had that a few times, so it's good to if it's a human opponent. Okay. I don't know if Matcha heard me say is outpave a word and decided to block it, or if they just are over. I mean, the bag is very vowel heavy at the moment, as you can see. We've got all these vowels lurking, so it's possible Matcha is just vowel stuck, not vowel stuck, but overloaded with vowels. I'm just going to test this word. Okay, it's not a word anyway, and I guess out vape isn't either. I'm probably just going to play a word here. Can I use the V? Ovate is a word. I mean, not AO isn't a word, but I must be able to play something like that somewhere. I can also play pave here. It's just how much am I giving back? I think I give less back here. I open the possibility for a bingo here, but if I don't play here, then there's obviously the possibility of a bingo from this. A takes an awful lot of hooks, so I'm going to play this. We'll see what happens. The RE. Yes, the RE. Okay, the RE really did have to leave. Even after waiting around to see if I would catch up with chat, I didn't. But thank you for being here, the RE. I do appreciate it. Ophelia says, Harry does have a founders and a VIP badge and always has my back when I need to know what the heck has happened earlier or what my dwarf status is. Can recommend having a Harry in your chat. Well, I'm glad that I not only have a Harry in my chat, but I even have a subscribed Harry in my chat, at least for the next month. It's always nice to have new subscribers, even if they are only gift subs. Occasionally, they decide to continue that gift sub afterwards, so it's always great when somebody can step in and do a bit of gifting. And yes, I have actually seen that in your chat as well, Ophelia. Harry is a very helpful member of your community. Take care of the Ari. Abby says, play if you're still here. Sorry, yeah, it's exclamation mark join. Maybe I should have made it play. I think the reason I didn't make it play is because I'd already made play a command for playing in the Scrabble game that I wrote. And it's the same bot, so I couldn't make the same command do two things, but play might have been more. I mean, I have the instructions on my overlay, I suppose. It's good enough. Home to Birds is playing again. That's fine. And as I say, I don't mind playing people multiple times on a stream as long as there isn't anyone new waiting to play. If somebody new comes in and wants to play, I kind of want to give priority to them. Otherwise, they might get bored and leave, and I don't get to play with a new person, which would be a shame. Ooh, okay. So the answer is yes. If I hadn't played Taupe here, Matcha would have bingoed with any of a few words, including Seriate. But I've kind of given him some more points by allowing him to make this very impressive 5 tile overlap. So things are a lot closer now. He has left this triple open. Do I have a triple here? I'm not going to spend too long looking for it. I mean, I scored decently. Just if I put the V on there, but it would be nice if I did, of course. Not sure what it would be. If I did have one. Yeah, longest word I can find is ravines for 30. Does ravines take any hooks? Because that's a really bad play if they do. Is this a word? It is a word. Okay, I'm just going to play that. Seems safer. If Matcha manages to make a word ending in VEIR, then fair play to him. Is burl a word? No, gur and girl are words. Bur is a word. And it takes varying numbers of R's, but you can't put an L on the end. A girl is a type of girl. A type that I identify with somewhat, but maybe not that much. Adam says, the irony when we can suggest plays because Gertrude is 30 minutes behind. If you suggest a play... The thing is, the plays are still coming up on the screen above my face cam, so the chat is still coming up on the screen above my face cam. So I do see it briefly. I'm not really responding to it because then I would be getting out of order with my messages and not understanding the context. But yeah, probably still best not to suggest any plays. Where do you stand on black pudding? Personally, I don't stand on black pudding. That tends to squash it and might get my feet all sticky. No, I some people say it's like gross, but I don't think that at all. It's not my personal favourite, but I don't really, I would eat it if it was served. I don't have any problem with it. Gibago says no steak and kidney pudding down south. It seems that really is a crime. I think we would call it steak and kidney pie instead of pudding, but I think basically the same thing exists down south. Again, it's probably not something I'd eat out of choice, but it's definitely a thing. It might just be a difference in what it's called. Okay, 2p from Matcha, who now only has AEII. I don't think he can make up 50 points with that. I mean, I got lucky this game. I definitely got lucky this game. I had the Q, the X, and the Z, and both blanks, and the K. The only power tile match I had was the J. I haven't even needed this second blank. So yeah, apologies, Matcha. I kind of drew the bag on this one. Ooh, nice play there though, Rage Eye. I think I'm just gonna play Vain if I can type those things off. Good game, Matcha Catcher. I might review that one as well later because it'd be interesting for me to see if I had better plays at any point. But let us go right ahead with the next game. Abby, if he's still here. So I will send Abby a challenge, and if they don't respond, I'll assume they're not here. And in which case I'll send her into Birds a challenge. Vasu says, I think Ophelia is from Hamlet. You are quite correct, Vasu. I'm sure Ophelia can tell you, as in our Ophelia in chat, could tell you an awful lot about that particular Shakespeare play, but also many of the other Shakespeare plays. I believe one of the film adaptations of Hamlet is Ophelia's favourite film of all time. Ancient Cosmographer says, are we turning this into another discussion of the peculiarity of British food names? I submit for consideration Spotted Dick. Well, Ancient Cosmographer, first of all, it is spotted because of the currents in it, and secondly, Dick did not always necessarily have the same connotations that it has now. So let's just say that. Adam says, take the kidney out, put the ale in. Indeed, steak and ale pudding is also very much a thing, and might be my preference if I had to choose between the two. I mean, to be clear, I don't tend to eat meat that much. I'm not, a hardcore vegan or anything. I just, by choice, I don't eat much. I don't eat red meat. I eat chicken and fish on a fairly regular basis, maybe 2 or 3 meals a week. But I don't eat. I eat pork sparingly. I don't eat beef at all, really. It's just I prefer it that way. It's not. I would eat beef if it was served to me. I have no problem with beef. I don't have no problem with people who eat beef. Going to Bird says, I started taking linguistics and found it very interesting but had to drop it. I don't remember why. Yeah, it's an interesting subject. It's not something I've ever studied, proper academic study, but it's definitely an interesting subject. I'm going to surmise that Abby is not here based on the lack of response. So heading to Birds, I'm going to send you a challenge. I will keep it to 15 minutes if that's okay, just so that I can also do some catching up with chat, since there's still plenty of that needed. But good luck and have fun. Let me skip over Abby. Muffin with tentacle. I did say hi to you earlier, Muffin. Sorry about that. Yes, Muffin with tentacle submits Bubble and Squeak for consideration, which I do agree is also a funny name, but at the same time, if you've ever cooked any, that's the noise it makes. It's just a simple onomatopoeia of the name. Yeah, Toad in the Hole. I don't know the etymology of Toad in the Hole. I know that the toad is the sausage and the hole is the pudding, but I don't know why it's called that. Okay, let's do some Scrabble. Haunt, opening play from How into Birds. They have cot loads. If you have a lot of very small infants, you might have cot loads of them. The dictionary does not agree with me. Cult a word. Cult is a word. Okay. Angels on horseback, or also devils on horseback, is another funny food name. Stargazy pie. I think that's quite a cute name. I like that name. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but I like it. No S hook on Quondam. Oh, I'll have to try and remember that. Yeah, I would definitely try an S on it if I was playing in Double Challenge, so that would be a mistake. No S on Quondam. And yes, hi. I think I said hi to Muffin, but hi again, Muffin. With tentacle, or without. I mean, any sort of muffin is welcome in this channel, regardless of the amount or number of tentacles. Speak of British words and a muffin shows up. British food, yeah. Well, you have muffins in America as well, right? Neeps and tatties, definitely. Pigs in blankets. Pigs in blankets are great. Pigs in blankets is like the ultimate example of a food being invented by somebody who's thinking, okay, I'm going to take this pig and wrap it in more pig because that makes it twice as delicious. Matcha, what have we discussed about not doing the stream start music in the middle of the stream? We're 2 hours and 37 minutes in. You know what? Fine. Let's all listen to the nice music. Not everybody was here at the start of the stream, so they haven't all heard it. Just hopefully you can hear my voice over it still. Okay, Balmy from Heidi. Like the start music is balanced on the assumption that I'm not speaking at the same time, because I'm not normally. Is this a word? I don't actually want to play it, even if it is, to be honest. For anyone who doesn't know, I did compose this music myself. I don't really play instruments anymore. I used to play the piano a fair bit, but yes, I have some musical ability. Oh, double blank draw here. Quipper says, "Yay, Quippers! I was so happy when you found that." Yeah, well, I was looking for bingos elsewhere initially, and then I had the thought to go and look at Q plays. Nice though it is. I'm going to turn the music down slightly just so you can still hear me. That might be enough. Yeah, apologies if you still can't hear me. As I say, I haven't balanced this to play while I'm speaking. You're so happy when you found that. Oh, thank you, Quinn. Yes. I know, so the more experienced of you must be screaming at the screen every time I miss obvious bingos. Adam says jellied eels. I mean, jellied eels, you might think it's a weird food, but it's not a weird name. Like, that's what it is, it's jellied eels. Oh, I need to read further. Tibago has just said exactly that, yes. Not really weirdly named, it is exactly that, yes. Okay then, Knickerbocker Glory. Look, Knickerbocker is a great word. You cannot convince me otherwise. Look, imagine if you managed to get Knickerbocker down in Scrabble. Imagine how good you would feel if you did that. That alone is justification for it being a word. How would you even do that? I suppose, yeah, Knicker would be a bingo, so you'd have to extend Knicker with Bocker. Which wouldn't even be a bingo itself, which would be a shame. I suppose you could have Knicker, but it's got 3 Ks, so yeah, you'd have to have the word Knicker and then extend it with 2 blanks, both of which were Ks. Yeah, I doubt that's ever been played. Deeper from Her into Birds. I was hoping to play... Yeah, candles is a word. I was hoping to use my S down here. Oh, come on. My first decent chance at a triple and you're telling me that arsified isn't a word. I mean, really. For 150 points as well. Let me read a couple more messages, but then I do really have to do the Scrabble as well. Yeah, Knickerbocker is actually an American word. The Brontes did elaborate world building earlier, but never published anything set in the world of Bronte. Okay, that's interesting actually. Yeah, so they did world building, they just never published world built literature. Hello, Izzy, my joint top favourite penguin. Izzy, we have a name for the penguin. He's called Pebbles. The name was suggested by the other resident penguin viewer of mine, Liari, who unfortunately has had to depart now. But yes, we have a penguin mascot. And there was a suggestion to name it... Izzy, after you, but we decided that would be a bit harsh to Liari to name it after only one of my awesome penguin viewers and not both. So we gave it a different name in the end. Welcome in and thank you for redeeming your flower of the day. Okay, right. I must have, even if I don't have a triple, I must have a bingo here. Can I just play something with an S here? No, two blanks are so much harder to visualize than one blank. I don't know why. I guess because you're having to complete more information. Oh, come on, I must have something. D5. No. Failed. Yeah, this is definitely one of my weaknesses is dealing with double blank racks. Fraids is not a word. Okay, apparently daffies is a word. It's all I could come up with. And yeah, if I had a triple there, then oh well, I missed it. Quinn has wings. Also redeemed a flower. Very nice. Ancient Cosmographer says this flower of the day thing is cool. Constantly in awe of Gertrude's wide range of self-coded stream widgets. I mean, that one is actually very simple. It is just here's a list of flowers. Here's a list of people who have redeemed flowers. When somebody types the command, then when somebody does the redeem, then they get one that's not currently on the list. I'm not sure what it happens at the moment if the list runs out. I think it probably just crashes. But there would have to be another 30 streams or so before that happened, and before then I can just put more plants in the list. It would take several years of streaming every day before I'd used up every British wildflower, so we don't need to worry for a while yet. And if we ever do manage that many streams, then we can always just start adding non-native species into there. Finny from Herent Birds. Actually quite a close game now. After I was behind horribly, but that bingo has evened things up a bit. And the good news is my opponent isn't going to have a blank to come back with. Yeah, I've got lucky again. I do fully acknowledge that. What can I do with this, though? This is not the best rack ever. Yeah, I don't have an S here to do that anymore. Can I do anything here? Down this way? No, not really. Is odor a word? Yes, okay. That's probably my best play then. But thanks, Ancient Cosmographer. Yeah, I've come up with a few different things. I've done the Emma Words game, which is obviously a blatant rip-off of your excellent Infiniwords, which is far superior. By the way, anybody who likes playing Infiniwords and laments the lack of such games on most of my streams, be sure to go and follow Ancient Cosmographer. He really is a valuable asset to the Scrabble community. Not only a great Scrabble player and the author of Infiniwords, but also does his own streams and commentates on Scrabble tournaments, as you'll know if you watched the stream of the recent Albany tournament. Very, very skilled individual, Ancient Cosmographer. We very much appreciate you. Adam says, I had to do a bit of the Bronte sisters too. Wuthering Heights was a required read, not a particular highlight for me, despite from Yorkshire where it said. It's not for everyone. I've read Wuthering Heights, as well as a lot of other literature from that time, including Emma, which is not about me, sadly. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. If this hadn't been played here, I would have had the funny Q word through there. I do have this funny Q word. That doesn't score anything with the Q though, so it's probably not worth it. Do I have a funny keyword that scores points rather than just looks cool? I mean, just chi there is probably my best play, right? Because I also have quid, but the X is still lurking, so it would be silly to do it that way around. Something like chi. Yeah, the Brontes is not for everyone. It can be a bit wearing. I'm used to that era of literature. Adam also redeeming a flower. Ruby, you're about to go on your run and it's raining. Oh, you left it so long, Ruby, or maybe you knew the rain was coming and you just had a convenient excuse to delay it. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe, Ruby, next time it's dry, maybe if it's nice tomorrow, you go for your run then, okay? Make sure to keep exercising. She says, hypocritically not having exercised today herself. To be fair, the weather here has been absolutely awful recently. And I do mean, like, storms and weather warnings. Like, they put out like yellow, amber and red warnings here, and it was an amber warning because we had very, very strong winds and also extremely heavy rain. So I wouldn't have gone out because I wouldn't want to be hit by a tree branch if I went running. And also, yeah, fortunately I live on top of a hill. And due to living on top of a hill, I'm currently pretty much the only place in the UK that isn't flooded. From watching the news, would have you believe. Every low-lying area in a river estuary, which is most of the country that's built on, is flooded. Including the Somerset Levels. The Somerset Levels are one of the easiest places to flood in the UK because originally, it was all marshland, so it was permanently flooded anyway. It's been drained for agriculture, but it's all about that far above sea level. So yeah, floods easily. Going down the hill towards Wells from where I live, normally you look out over the levels, so you've got big expanse of flat land and then the sea. And this week it just looks like there's a lake there. But it's not a lake, it's a flood. Gertrude's now caught up with chat, says Ruby. No, I'm not. I just saw that message pop up. I am definitely not caught up with chat. I'm currently looking at... I'm looking at one of your messages, Ruby, saying... you think you'll do chores but video games after that for sure. Can always recommend video games, Ruby. Especially if you stream them. Definitely, if you were thinking of maybe doing a stream, then do the stream, because Adam would like to look at you and see how pretty you are. That's true, isn't it, Adam? Sorry, I shouldn't be so crude. I've just realised that Heron said boo rain, and then Adam said is a country in the Middle East. Yeah, Ophelia, I need that stream deck. I need to put the groan in right now. Rain during run times is a sign from God to play video games instead. Definitely. Maybe play a video game that involves running. You know, that's almost the same thing. Right? Abby says, skip me. Yeah, sorry. I eventually got the hint, Abby, when you didn't respond to the challenge. Sorry about that. You are welcome to send a challenge again if you're going to be here later. Ophelia says, thank you very much, appreciated. I completely forget what that was in response to, but I'm sure I said something nice about Ophelia. Right, let me quickly not time out here. I could do the funny iwi word. Oh. What am I supposed to do here? Pout? Play pout. Ophelia appreciates something. Yes. Pebbles is a great name. I think it was supposed to be Pebbles, not Pepples. Sorry if my lack of clear speech has confused people. Pebbles was the name that Leo suggested, and I will be keeping that name, I think. Not Pepples, but yes, it is a good name. Fortunately, Liari requested the name over text, not speech, so it is unambiguous what she intended. Right, I need to play fast here and not time out, otherwise... yeah, I've got 2 minutes left and there's still $38 in the bag. Let's do that. Ophelia says, maybe we could make a poll asking if we just keep that name and get rid of the redeem. That is a good idea, Ophelia. I'm going to wait until I finish this game so that I don't time out, but I will definitely do that. Thank you for the suggestion. Because I agree, it is a nice name. Right, let's try and line something up ready for... I have an A actually, and avid is a word, so I could like do something here. That's 25. But maybe because Heidi played vid, maybe with the thought of hooking it. So like I have rogue. Okay, I'm just going to play this. I don't really have time to think too hard. If only there was a T to play through, I would have a bingo. Actually, I've got an S again. So I should consider this spot. But the fact that I have to start with a vowel means I don't have much here. Ooh, tailcoat. Very nice play there. Unfortunately, you've just given me my tea that I needed. I don't know. There might have been a bingo starting with tea there actually to pick up the triple, but I don't have that amount of time to think. I've been really. It seems like I'm good now because I'm winning games this stream, but all I've been is lucky. This game I have drawn both blanks and all 4 S's in the bag. So I've now got 2 S's to use. I want to play yeets. But it's not a word yet. Is that a word? Yeah. Just takes any possibility of this triple being used. I can play like that for 27 at some point if it doesn't get taken. I just want to make fast, easy plays now to not lose the game on time. And ideally avoid giving Heidi 100 points worth of comeback material. Like, don't leave a Z or X spot open. Speaking of which, there's an X spot open here. So yeah, I'd be better off blocking there than here for that reason. I mean, the Z could go here, but I don't think you can play. I don't think you can play this way. I think you could only put the Z there. So that's only 30 points, not 60 I'll be giving up. Yes, I'll make that poll, Ophelia. A Stream Deck is not only for streaming, it's basically a remote control for your computer. You can set it up for almost anything. Indeed, yes. I mean, it's just a deck of configurable buttons. Obviously, if you can have a button that makes a noise when you're streaming, you can have a button that makes a noise when you're not streaming, or does anything else on your computer. I'm sure I'll come up with other uses for it if I get one. It's just, yeah, I do need to justify that cost somehow, I think, because I already have a deck of buttons that do things when I press them. It's called a keyboard, and I can set that up for almost anything as well. You know, there's programs like Auto Hotkey that let you do, you know, pretty much anything with your keyboard. So, you know, I would have to have. Oh yeah, there's the 73 point Z Play. I think I can outrun it since I've drawn the X. That's fortunate. If it was a closer game, I would have been kicking myself there for allowing that Z play. I didn't think anything played here, but yeah, this was actually a very, very, very good sequence from Heidi. I don't know if she had the Z when she played the J. Not being able to play ZEA because of the U, so playing Jaw to set up J to play Z. This was a really, really nice sequence there. But I don't think she can get 70 points back with these tiles. And I have an outplay here of Suet or probably other things. So we just need to make that. But yes, a Stream Deck is potentially a very versatile thing and not just for streaming. So hopefully I do get one at some point and can experiment with it. Hunterbird says, yes, you had said it's quiet and enjoying, happy to step aside for new players. Yes, absolutely. I mean, as you can see, there's nobody else wanting to play at the moment, so that's fine. Ophelia just realised that a misspelled Pebble's up there. Dang, I am tired. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact it's midnight over here. Right, okay. I'm still half an hour behind chat then, because Ophelia has just said it's midnight, and it's midnight midnight in Ophelia land. So I need to hurry up and catch up with Ophelia's chat before she goes to bed. Okay. Once this game is over, I'm going to have a dedicated chat catching up moment while we wait for maybe somebody else to request a game. Good game, Heron to Birds. And I don't know if you heard me before, if you were in chat or not, but yeah, if you had the J and Z on your rack at the same time and you did this jaw play to set up J and Z, that was an amazing play. And getting the 73 with the Z, you deserve to be in the lead, and it's just unfortunate that well, I got lucky obviously drawing the two blanks, but also I got lucky. I was literally saying, look, I had these letters on my rack of outsiders. I was literally looking at my rack saying, if I had a T, I would have outsiders. And then you went and played tailcoat. So sorry about that. Good game. The queue is now empty, and anybody is still welcome to request a game, but I'm going to take a moment to try and catch up with chat, especially for Ophelia because she needs to go to bed. Matcha Catcher says delayed good game. Did you time that precisely to be a good game for the game I've just played, even though you said it for the last game? That's amusing. Okay, yeah, we're now at the start of the game I've just finished, so we're still half an hour behind. Right, poll time. I don't think I've ever done a poll on my channel before, so nice to have the opportunity to do that. Where's the poll button? Manage poll. New poll. Question. Do we keep the name Pebbles for penguin permanently? Yes or no? And let's run it for, say, 5 minutes, because then I can catch up on chat while it's running. Start poll. Right, hopefully I did that right. Matcha says it sounds nice. Ophelia says it does. I guess we're getting at least 2 yes votes then. Okay, now we have a bunch of dancing emotes. I think this might be the point where Matcha decided... this is the point where Matcha decided to play the stream music. And everybody danced along. One of the many reasons why Emma is very cool herself. Thank you, Ophelia. I'm assuming that's because of the stream music. Hi Gertrude in chat. Hi Lana. Sorry if you. I hope you're still here. I think I caught your name in a different message, so I did sort of say hi. But hi properly. Many dancing emotes because of my music. I'm glad you like it. Heron to Birds. What is it with chat party? What is happening? I guess that's because she was playing Scrabble with me, so she'd muted the stream. So couldn't hear the music and was thus very confused. I do apologise. Yes, we were just having some music. There was music. Izzy's saying, I'd be wondering how you managed to time travel for it to be about you, to be honest. I've lost the context for half these conversations. I do apologize. LT Bago redeeming drink water and stretch. Okay, I can definitely remember the context for that, which is that I need to drink water and stretch. So let's do that. Okay, yeah, I haven't had a good stretch today yet, so... yeah, I needed this. Thanks, T-Bago. I do appreciate you always remembering to do the stretch redeem. Oh. Okay, that's better. Thank you, T-Bago. It's officially pouring, so you're eating a giant bowl of soup. That sounds delicious, Ruby. I hope you enjoy it. Is Gertie now caught up with chat? Nope. I will stream tonight. Maybe if you say it out loud, you'll actually do it. Oh, well, you didn't say it out loud. You only typed it in the chat. You need to actually say it out loud as well, Ruby. Then you'll have to. Ophelia says there's an app version of the Stream Deck, but as far as I know, it's currently only free for iOS. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Because I could just have my phone here and have buttons to press on that. But yeah, I have an Android phone, so yeah, hopefully there's an Android version as well as an iOS version. I'll have to look into that. Appreciate it and thank you for newfound respect for going to catch the chat. Okay, that's what that was. Yes, Ophelia's chat. My chat isn't usually this busy. It's usually just one comment every so often for somebody dropping in or leaving. And so normally it's easy for me to read every message. But yeah, Ophelia's chats tend to sit at 15 to 20 viewers, and a lot of them are quite talkative. And she does like to respond to everybody. And that can get a bit we don't tend to track how far Ophelia is behind, but the thing with Ophelia streams is the gameplay is something chill like Dwarf, so it doesn't matter necessarily if it's delayed. It's not something that's on a timer like Scrabble. But yeah, actually, speaking of streamers that do that, I'll give Nesper a quick shout out. This is somebody I actually found through Heron to Birds, I think. I found them and then I introduced Heron to Birds to them. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. Anyway, they're another Canadian streamer, and Heron to Birds follows them. It's a very different vibe to this stream. They're a very high energy streamer, but they do what me and Ophelia tried to do. They try to read and respond to every chat message individually. But Nesper is a much bigger streamer than me or Ophelia. So she has a lot of chat messages to respond to. And it is not unusual for her to be half an hour behind. Like that is normal in her stream. And viewers will make a little game out of tracking how far behind she is. And I think even when she's not far behind, she tends to drag out the responses to make her get far behind because it's funny that way. But the difference with her stream is like there's a dedicated like hour-long section of we are going to chat for this hour before we start the gameplay. Okay, poll has ended. Do we keep the name Pebbles for the penguin permanently? We have 6 votes for yes and 15 votes for no. However, 14 of those 15 votes were from LT Bago. Because I forgot to turn off the additional votes with channel point option. So I have a sneaky feeling the actual result was more like 6-1 in favour of keeping the name. So I think what I probably will do is keep the name for now. Maybe I'll keep the name for like maybe I'll keep the name for like a month as a compromise, since T-Bago obviously feels strongly about this. I'll keep the name for like a month, and then in a month's time we'll open up the channel point redeem again and we can have a new name for the penguin for that month. Maybe that would be a good compromise. That means also we can have a month of calling it Izzy and a month of calling it the Ari, and they don't have to feel left out because they are both awesome penguins. Yeah, let's do that. So apologies for making a poll and then eventually going for a third solution that nobody voted for, but this isn't a democracy. Right, so anyway, I'm going to turn off the channel point redemption, but I will leave it there for future use. I'll get a proper icon for it as well, like a penguin icon. So that is off. And yes, we will call the penguin Pebbles for at least a month, and then at some point when I feel like I need more content on my stream, we will do another name. I mean, I do have other things that can be named. I have 2 swans up there who are currently being cute with each other, and I also have a bobblehead clone trooper for some reason. I don't remember where that's from. I didn't buy it myself. Somebody gave it me. But this penguin, I've had this penguin for a long time. I can't give too much away about my work, but this penguin was a mascot of sorts at work for a long time. Used to live on my desk at work back when I still worked in an office. Now it lives here. But I never really gave it a name other than that bloody penguin. So it's lovely to find a handful. Okay, so I see Matcha has asked for a game, and Heidi's given up on playing me and is just looking for rapid 7-minute games in in the Woogles lobby. That's why that's there. This isn't a game request for me. This is just a general lobby request. I'm going to catch up a bit on chat, and if nobody new comes in by then, Matcha, I will take another game from you, and I'll probably end the stream reasonably soon since we're over 3 hours now. Ruby says I vote for Gertrude to give up on reading every message and just be caught up now. No, I'm gonna blitz through them now, Ruby. I promise. I feel like I should dignify people with response at least. Ophelia says I do sometimes press these buttons when I'm not streaming. Well, yes, obviously, if you think of a particularly funny joke, then you're gonna to yourself, aren't you? Obviously. Okay, I had the play of Shut Eye from EEHSTUY. Yeah, I definitely wasn't finding that. On the Stream Deck, you have the pictures. Yeah, so it's more interesting than just a keyboard because you can customize the pictures on each button. Although you can also get custom keycaps for your keyboards. If you have, this is a mechanical keyboard, so each individual key and each individual switch is designed to be easily swappable and replaceable. So you can get different color keys, you can get RGB backlights, you can get custom key designs and so on. But yes, I would still like a Stream Deck, regardless of all that. Ophelia says you can even put all your emotes on there, and I would assume you agree it's a little easier to see what a button does and trying to remember a shortcut key based. Yeah, I mean I could just configure, F11 does blah, even without a custom keycap. But yes, it's a lot easier to have the pictures. I suppose having emotes there. I mean I've sort of got used to quickly typing, Gertrude wave or whatever, but it's still nice to have emotes available. Especially since I'm actually really fortunate with my emote assignments because my emote prefix is just Gertrude. In order to have an emote prefix that is just your stream name, you have to either be a partner and get to choose your own prefix, or you have to have a username that is exactly 6 letters long, and nobody else on the whole of Twitch has an account with that same 6-letter prefix. So that's quite unusual. So Ophelia's is not like it's Ophelia and then a number and then the. So for a lot of other streamers' emotes, there's a number you've got to remember, and I can never remember that number. Ophelia 55. That's it. I'm very fortunate that it is just Gertrude blah. And there are other streamers like, for example, Colo. Hello, it's Colo, and her prefix is hello, it's blah. But that's longer than 6 letters. That's because she's a partner and you can choose her prefix. You got lucky. Yeah, 55 is a good number to have. 6277 would be the best possible the best possible number to have as a prefix. But yeah. Okay, I am 33 minutes behind according to. Oh no, that's the time. 0033. Okay, no, I'm only 14 minutes behind. Right, we can do this. Speed boost, says Steve-Ogo. Okay. If you're still on when I'm back from my soup excursion, perhaps I'll play. Well, I'm still on, Ruby. I don't know if your soup excursion is in progress, but if so, then I'm happy to take a game from you soonish. Lana is here, just listening mainly. Yes, my favourite panda themed streamer for sure. I have to be careful with the penguin streamers because there are 2 of them, but I think there's only one panda in here, and it is Lana the panda. And another amazing streamer, of course. Polls only work if you don't add the option to. Yeah, sorry, Ophelia, I didn't notice that that option was ticked. I do apologise, and I will make sure not to do that in future. I mean, it works. It works under 2 circumstances. You don't really care about the result, and you just want to have a bit of fun with chat, or you feel like your viewers have got too many channel points, and you want to them to use some of them. But yeah, for anything serious, you don't want to use that option. Matcha Catcher says you sometimes go to previous streams just to hear the music. Okay, you really like my start music then. Is it? No, I didn't put it on YouTube. Oh no, hang on, I put it on SoundCloud, didn't I? Hang on a minute. Yeah, I put it on SoundCloud. I'll put a link to this in my Discord maybe, but also for Match's benefit. God, that's a long link. Okay. That's a link to my stream start music on SoundCloud. So you can listen to it whenever you want, Matcha, without having to go and load it. I mean, much as I appreciate the extra views on my... Is that why all my VODs have that many views? Is it just Matcha listening to the stream start over and over again? Ophelia clarifying, yeah, time travel the book Emma was written. I know the book Emma isn't written about me. It was just a bit disappointing to read it and then think, I was hoping I would be able to somewhat relate to this being called Emma, but no. A very different life to the one I lead. That was me that brought up Emma. Emma is not by the Bronte sisters, but it's that era of like Victorian era literature is why I brought it up. It's the same era. I feel this is ridiculous. I think it's only 2 people voting, and I'm not going to waste all my channel points on this. Yeah, sorry. In the end, I went with the compromise option of the Penguin is going to have a name for at least a month, and then maybe we'll change it in future. And then wait, there was Matcha missed the poll. Yeah. 15th for me. Okay, so Izzy and T-Bago voted for not keeping the name, but Ophelia and at least 5 other people voted for keeping the name. So yeah, we'll keep the name for a while. Maybe we can combine both names. Well, yeah, I'm sure if given the opportunity, more names will be thought up. As he says, considering I'm a penguin, I feel like I should have straight hair. Yeah, okay, maybe we should say that streamers who are penguins get an extra vote. Heroin is suggesting names. Yeah, we haven't got Name the Swan yet. That will be a channel point redeem in future streams. So save up your points for that. Swanson and Johnson or Hilary Swan suggests Heron to Birds. Woogle's lobby is a dark place, says Ruby. What makes you say that, Ruby? Is it just that there's not usually many people there? Because I find when I'm at the sort of time of day when I'm in a mood for a game, there's usually at least 1 or 2 people wanting CSW. And also, even if there's nobody in the lobby, if you actually like create a game in the lobby, you tend to find it gets snapped up quite quickly. Ophelia says, how do you manage putting several actions on your keyboard? A book of key. So you would use a program like Auto Hotkey. I'm sure there are other such programs available. But basically what that does is it lets you assign an action of some sort to keyboard press. And I mean, it can be any, but of course I'm a programmer, so I could just write some code to do whatever I want and then assign the key to run that program that I just wrote. But you can also, there's like a scripting language in Auto Hotkey. So I could say F12 does blah, F11 does blah, F10 does blah, and I just use my function keys if I wanted to. I wouldn't reassign my keys that I need to actually type things with. And you can make those keys global, so then even if you're in a game or something that would usually be rebinding your keyboard, they'll still work. So yeah, I mean that's how I would do it if I was going to. I haven't kind of felt the need to yet, but yeah, that's how I would do it. Ophelia says you can have several profiles and pages and folders and stuff like that on the stream deck. You cannot compare it to keyboard no matter how hard you try. Absolutely, Ophelia. I completely agree. It's obviously superior to having a keyboard. Otherwise, they wouldn't have sold any. I completely agree with that. It's just whether I can justify the price of it. That's all. You know, I'm thinking about these purchases. I've justified buying a face cam and a microphone for streaming purposes, and you know my streaming income. You know the gift subs are appreciated, but my streaming income is not very much, really. I got a payout from Twitch that first month when I got that 50 gift sub donation from Mike Laroni, which was very generous. But I haven't had a payout since then, so I'm not going to reveal the exact amounts, but just to put that into perspective, I haven't had another payout from Twitch since then. So at the moment, Twitch is actually keeping all the money that you gift to me, but I'm sure I'll get it at some point. So at this rate, I would have to stream for several years just to make back what I spent on my face cam. Never mind making back a potential future stream investment. So this is things that are going to cost me money that I'm not going to make back, and so I do need to feel I am comfortable investing in this hobby to that extent, which is fine. It's not that expensive compared to what some people do with their time. But yeah, it's not just I'm going to get a Stream Deck because it will pay for itself, because it won't. Sorry if I ticked you off a bit there, Ophelia. I'm not saying that a keyboard is a replacement for a Stream Deck. Absolutely not. I'm just saying, can I justify buying a Stream Deck? That's all I'm saying. Apologies if I've upped things the wrong way there. Ophelia says she even has a SoundCloud account with content. I mean, it has one song on it, and it's not even really a song. It's just background music for starting the stream. But yes, I have content on my SoundCloud. Gertrude is my fave SoundCloud rapper, says Ruby. Okay. The one thing that stream start music definitely isn't is a rap. It doesn't have any vocals. I made the whole thing in MuseScore, so it's not even proper instruments, it's just like MIDI sounds. But MIDI sounds have come a long way. It sounds a lot better than MIDI used to back in the day. She still claims she isn't cool, is the video. Not compared to you, I'm not. We don't know much about her, but we're sure Gertrude is cool. No, I'm looking at the bio now, and it says that Gertrude is fail. So, we have a redemption of Choose Game from Equi. Thank you very much, Equi, for your game redemption. Let me just quickly look at what this is. It's a game called Roll. And it appears to involve rolling dice. Okay. You're not just rolling dice. You're rolling weird, wonderful, wacky dice that do funny things. And trying to get... Okay, I see, right, yeah. So you start off, you roll the dice, you get the score that's on the dice, but then you can upgrade your dice to do crazy things. Okay. That sounds like a puzzle game, which means it sounds like potential content for this stream. Definitely not because I know the dev or anything, says Equi. I mean, feel free to plug things that your friends have written. If they're available, if they're publicly released, then I'll certainly consider them. I'll definitely try that in a future stream, Equi. It's probably not going to be tomorrow's stream because I already have quite a bit of content lined up. Tomorrow I want to do the Dwarf Romantic Monthly Challenge because I do want to have some Dwarf at least once a month. And then there's another game that I want to start, but it's another easy chill game, so it's just going to be a one-stream game. So I think I'll do that tomorrow. And then next Friday will be Monsters Expedition again. So Roll Equi will probably be next Sunday, if that's okay. Or if you prefer it to be on a Friday stream, I can also do that. But in that case, we'll be finishing Monsters Expedition first. I don't really want to start doing new things and then go back to other games. So Monsters Expedition is probably at least one more stream, maybe two, depending on how I get on with the harder puzzles. So yeah, either Friday or Sunday. Obviously, Saturday is always going to be Scrabble, at least until people get bored of Scrabble, which is starting to happen. If you look at the viewer figures for this Saturday slot and also the number of requests I get, it's slowly declining, but I'm still seeing plenty of regulars here, so it's fine. Ophelia, you cannot see the things all the time like the Stream Deck. Yeah, no, sorry for annoying you a bit there, Ophelia. I understand it's different for keyboard. I'm just saying, is it justifiable to spend that much if I could get by with a keyboard? That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry about that. You got yours on eBay. Yeah, that would be a bit I guess you got it cheaper if you got it on eBay. T-Bago says your Feathers McGraw message got dono walled. What? Are you talking about my stream there, T-Bago? Sorry, I don't quite understand the context there. There shouldn't be any moderation on my stream for you because you're a mod. Stream Deck is only for streaming. You don't have to get one. I'm just saying it's useful. Yes, I completely understand the video. I'm sorry. Equi, fine by my either way. It's your stream. Okay, it will probably be a Sunday slot then, and it will be next Sunday. Equi, I think. Altibago says he spotted Feathers McGraw on my shelf. Maybe Twitch ate your message. Yeah, I definitely don't have auto mod on, and if a message, I thought mods were exempt from moderation, but even if they weren't, it would be in the moderation queue. And I know there's some bad words that you can't say on Twitch at all, but I don't think Feathers McGraw are such words. But yes, actually, yeah. So obviously we have this penguin. We do technically have another penguin. It's not actually a penguin; it's a bottle. You can remove the cap, and it is a drinks bottle with a penguin printed on the front, which is quite cute. So yes. At some point, we can have another name that penguin. For people who are disappointed they didn't get to name this one, they can name this one. And then maybe we can have a month where one of them's called Izzy and one of them's called Liari. But I wouldn't want to speculate as to who is who. Just being Twitch being Twitchy wasn't auto-modded. Okay, fair enough. Right, I will, Match a Catcher, I will give you your game now. Sorry about that, I just wanted to catch up with chat. We shall return the penguin bottle to its previous location. Catcher has requested 9 plus 19 this time. You always have to do weird time controls, don't you, Matcher? Okay. Since it's 3.5 hours, I'll probably make this my last game of the evening unless somebody who hasn't played yet comes in and wants a game. So good luck, Matcher. That's definitely the longest it's taken me to catch up with chat. 3.5 hours. I'm starting to see how Ophelia's 4-hour title screen streams end up happening. Okay, that just starts by exchanging 4. I don't have anything particularly inspiring myself. Should I exchange as well? Go on. Maybe we can 6-pass and I win. You never know. Ophelia says, while ignoring my message, so she can still claim she could only use sound effects if she had a stream deck, which she claims she cannot get. And, Ophelia, I have apologised several times already if you took any offence from our discussion. I am not saying that a stream deck is inferior or equivalent to a keyboard. I fully acknowledge it does a whole load of things that you can't do on a keyboard. It's merely, can I justify the cost? I'm sorry I brought it up. I didn't ignore any of your messages. I read out all of them. I'm not claiming I can only use sound effects if I have a stream deck. I'm not using that as an excuse for not having sound effects on my stream. I've merely said that the fact that Ophelia has sound effects on her stream is something that made me consider getting a stream deck, because I know Ophelia likes to boast about hers a lot. But then it occurred to me I could probably get by with just doing it on the keyboard. Also, I can also just have sound effects. Then put sound effects on the keyboard. Yeah, I probably will, Ophelia, if I want to have them. And as I say, I work full time, and most of the time I have available for streaming related activities, I am streaming. So I'm not doing other things related to streaming, like working on setting up sound effects. I'm fortunate enough that I was able to justify spending money on emotes because while I have rudimentary art skills, if I wanted to design my own emotes, I think that would have taken a long time. So I did that. But then, most of the other available time I have to work on stream-related things, I spent on streaming or programming the Scrabble game or things like that. I'm sorry to have annoyed you, Ophelia. I understand why the Stream Deck is useful. I'm sorry to have kept you up. I'm sorry I annoyed you. That was not my intention. At no point did I claim that I couldn't do something with the Stream Deck or I couldn't do something with the keyboard. I'm sorry if you took that away from it. That was not my intention, and I apologise. And I understand that you were just trying to help, and I hope you sleep well, Ophelia. And I there's not more I can say. I'm sorry. I didn't really. We weren't having an argument. I didn't think we were having an argument. I just thought we were having a discussion, and I was just talking about Stream Decks to my audience, because people here probably don't necessarily know what a Stream Deck is, if they're not streamers themselves. So I'm sorry, Ophelia. I didn't think you were getting annoyed. Bear in mind, part of the issue is I was responding to messages half an hour after you sent them. That is a factor which does make a conversation hard to follow. And if I'd seen lower down in the messages that I was maybe annoying you a bit, I would have stopped. I really didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just going to end the stream here. I think I'm sorry, Ophelia. I didn't mean to do this. Sorry, Matcha. I know I promised you a game, but I didn't disagree with anything of here. I said, I would like a Stream Deck, but it seems an extravagant purchase, given I could probably get by with a keyboard, although it's obviously inferior. And then you said, oh, well, how are you going to do such and so I explained, here's how I would set up all the keys. I'd use the program like Talker Hotkey. And I didn't mean to annoy you. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to end the stream here. Ophelia, I hope you get some sleep tonight. Let me find somebody to raid. Need to actually get Twitch up rather than just my stream overlay. Okay, as usual with my Scrabble streams, everybody's gone to bed, so if anybody has a suggestion for a raid target, do let me know. Maybe I should just end. Everyone's off. Am I? No, it's only midnight here. Yeah, I've only done 3.5 hours. It's not like it's one of them super late 6-7 hour long streams. Nobody's streaming tonight. Okay. I'm just going to end because I can't find anyone to raid. Sorry. I'll be back tomorrow around 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Europe, 3 p.m. Eastern. With what did I say? With Dorf, because I want to do the monthly challenge. Friday will be a Monsters Expedition again, and Saturday will be Scrabble again. Thank you all for watching. And bye for now.